our 31st anniversary. It's an honor in itself to welcome such a wonderful gathering. We roll down carpet of welcome to all the dignitaries, respected guests, invitees, well-wishers, and our members. It's our pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome. I hope we are going to have a happy, enjoyable, and knowledgeable time together. It's gratifying to look around and see so many familiar faces, peers, past and present colleagues. It's great to see you all here. दिल में यादी वही बैठी रहती है जो दोस्तों के साथ निभाई जाती है. I understand that many of you have made a huge effort to join us today. Still, some of our members are working out of Goa and out of India, so they could not make it here, so, and which has reflected in our today's attendance also. On behalf of us all, we are deeply appreciative and offer most grateful welcome to all our guests. Thank you all for giving your precious time. This is a much awaited event for every mining alumnus of the Government Polytechnic Goa, as it gives opportunity to come together to meet old friends, young engineers, and to promote better understanding and cooperation among us. It gives a sense of achievement and a sense of responsibility towards fulfilling further commitment. POLYMAAG was established in 1990. Today we are stepping in the 36th year of fruitful existence, thanks to the forethoughts and a broad vision of our senior members. Presence of all the guests is our honor. Well-acclaimed chief guest, other guests of honors, treasure invitees, revered teachers, POLYMAAG members, engineering students. It's a lovely morning, and so does the ambience and aura surrounding us. I request everybody, kindly make yourself comfortable in your seats, and expect you all might have done it, but even then request to please switch off or put your mobiles on silent mode. Today is our 35th anniversary and also a very auspicious day for all of us, as we are celebrating 79th Independence Day of India. This historic occasion honors our nation's laborious task and transition from colonial rule to sovereignty. Taking this opportunity, I wish good wisdom to everyone so as to make this country a better place for living. Pray for feeling of patriotism in all, which shall remind us of the nation's glory and beauty. Let us keep the spirit of a quote by Subhash Chandra Bose, "तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा." Now I request all to stand up in respect of our national anthem, which will be played now. जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे. Thank you all, and request you to kindly be seated. I am proud of my country and so respect the diverse culture and our rich history. More than just a date on the calendar, our Independence Day becomes a symphony of remembrance, a tribute to sacrifice and a celebration of unity. Now I request our chairman of POLYMAAG, Sir Dattaguru Vajay sir, to please escort our chief guest, Sri Ramesh Walikar sir, Director of Mine Safety Goa Region, to the dais. And also request you to please have your seat, sir. Now request the President, Mr. Jayesh Bandodkar, to escort our guest of honor, Sri Raju Kumar, Head Mineral Resources, Goa UP, Fomento Resources Private Limited. Now request you to have your seat also. Request our General Secretary, Mr. Mayur Urf Tukaram Parab, to escort our guest of honor, Sri Devendra Arolkar sir, Director, Mohit Minerals Limited, and request Mayur to have your seat also. Thank you all. We are honored to have the Director of Mine Safety Goa Region, Sri Ramesh Walikar sir, as our chief guest, and I am profusely elated to take an opportunity to introduce our chief guest. Sir completed his graduation of mining engineering from National Institute of Technology, Surathkal, Mangalore, Karnataka in the year 2000. After graduation, sir joined the Hatti Gold Mines Company Limited, Government of Karnataka, as graduate training. Sir cleared his first class mine management certificate of competency, metal and coal, unrestricted, and worked up to the post of mine manager at the Hatti Gold Mines till December 2013. Sir then joined the Directorate General of Mine Safety under Ministry of Labour and Employment in the month of December 13 as Deputy Director of Mine Safety, DDMS. Worked as DDMS in Bangalore region, Southern Zone from December 13 to February 19. Then as a DDMS in Dhanbad, Region 2, Central Zone, Jharkhand from February 19 to October 22. Then as DDMS in Sitarampur Region 2, Eastern Zone, West Bengal from October 22 to May 25. And now sir is promoted as Director of Mine Safety DMS Mining and has taken charge in Goa region on 5th of May 2025. We are equally pleased to have Shri Raju Kumar sir as our guest of honor. Raju Kumar sir is highly experienced mining professional with over 30 years of expertise in open cast mining across India. He holds a BTech in mining engineering from prestigious Indian School of Mines, IIT Dhanbad. Graduated in 1993 batch. Sir began his career with MS Almora Magnesite Mines, a joint venture of UPS, MDC, TRL and SAIL, and since 1999, he has served in various leadership roles within the Goan mining sector. He has worked extensively with MS Chougule and Company Private Limited and is currently the head mineral resources at Sociedad Fomento Industries Private Limited, part of Fomento groups of companies. He holds first class mines manager certificate issued by DGMS and enhanced his management credentials by completing an executive business management program from IIM Calcutta in 2010. Sir is actively engaged in industry associations and currently serve as Vice President of Goa Mining Association, Treasurer of Mineral Foundation of Goa, a member of Executive Committee of Goa Management Association and the Chairman of Mining Committee of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He has authored and presented papers at several national and regional mining forums. With a deep understanding of iron ore mining and extensive knowledge of mining legislation and regulatory frameworks, Sir continues to be a respected voice and a leader in Indian mining sector. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, Shri Devendra Arolkar Sir, Director Mohit Minerals Limited. Sir is a well-known industry professional and a regular speaker at various events in mining sector. Sir has over 4 decades of experience, 2.5 decades in L&T Caterpillar JV for mining equipment, and thereafter 1.5 decade in coal and power business unit of L&T, rising to level of general manager for its 2 into 700 megawatt thermal power plant near Chandigarh. His career trajectory spanning for 38 years in L&T via R&D, manufacturing, quality assurance and QMS, supply chain management and contract manufacturing, corporate strategy and final leadership position in coal and power business of L&T. He was a part of top talent pool prestigious management leadership program of L&T MLP. He has also gone through the leadership development program, a 7-month contact program facilitated by McKinsey and Company to groom future leaders of the company. He was a regular member of teams for leadership assessment and development and management development center Lonavala, as well as a sought after panelist for recruiting management trainees, graduate trainee engineer trainees at prestigious institutes including IITs and IIMs. An avid learner, excellent in academics, topper of Bombay University in mechanical engineering, board topper for HSC, board rank holder for SSC, 7th rank, has a master's degree in management from NMIMS, diploma in foreign trade from Wellinger, etc. He is a certified lead auditor for ISO 9000 and ISO 14000. Has successfully completed course in financial engineering and risk management of Columbia University, and more recently a certificate course on sustainable tourism from University of Copenhagen. He has experience of nearly 2 decades on both sides, that is running the bidding process including formulation of bid documents as well as participation in bidding process. Now I request one of our senior members, Sir Kishore Adankar sir, to welcome the chief guest, DMS Goa region, with a bouquet of flowers. Bouquet. Thank you, sir. I request Cletus D'Souza to welcome our guest of honor, Sri Raju Kumar sir. Raju Kumar sir. Request Mr. Joseph Coelho to welcome our guest of honor, Sri Devendra Alorkar sir. Thank you, sir. Request Satyavan Gaukar to please welcome Chairman Vajay. Request Pramod Walalkar. to offer a bouquet to President Jayesh Bandodkar. Request Rupesh Pangam to offer a bouquet to our Secretary Mayur Urf Tukaram Parab. Also request Rupesh to please welcome Sir Deepak Kumar Chandramukhi, our new DDMS for Goa region. Now I will request all the dignitaries to please come forward for lighting of lamp. Babaji, हाँ. Thank you all. We have formally inaugurated our program. सकल घाल दिवलेच्यान भायर घालून सकल घाल भायर अशें भायर घाल अशें We are very sad to announce the unfortunate demise of one of our members, Vivek Kantak. There are no goodbyes for loved ones. Wherever you are, you will be in our heart forever. Our sincere condolences to his family, and let our prayers help them to come out of these difficult times. Let us take a minute to silently honor him. Request you all to stand for 1 minute in silence. Thank you. Leadership is not about being in charge, but it's about taking care of those in your in charge. I now request the President of POLYMAAG, Mr. Jayesh Bandodkar, to formally welcome the gathering. I believe Under his leadership, his team has done a tremendous job to sustain traditions of POLYMAAG and also embraced new aspirations.
Good morning, respected Chief Guest, Honorable Guest of Honor, distinguished delegates, esteemed members of POLYMAAG and dear colleagues. Happy Independence Day, happy POLYMAAG Day. It is immense joy and pride that I welcome each one of you to the 31st anniversary celebration of our association. This morning is not just commemoration of our journey, but testaments to resilience, unity, enduring spirit of our community. After a gap of 4 years, it is truly heartening to come together again and celebrate on such a grand scale. The credit for this celebration goes to entirely to our dedicated members, well-wishers and supporters who have stood by us with their time, generosity and commitment. I extend heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for making this possible. Goa's mining sector, long regarded as a backbone of its economy, has seen encouraging development recently, with few mines resuming operations. More leases are expected to commence soon. These gradual steps offer hope not only in terms of revenue but also in terms of employment, community upliftment, and regional growth. With the right support and shared vision, Goa can look forward to a balanced, sustainable mining resurgence aligned with the environmental and regulatory expectations. As we gather this morning, it is crucial to reflect on road ahead. India's mining landscape is undergoing significant transformation. We find ourselves at cusp of what many are calling the new mining reformation. This transformation goes beyond restarting operation. It is about reimagining mining with sustainability, transparency, innovation, and digital integration at its core. The recent dump policy announced by the Goa government presents significant opportunity for sustainable resource utilization, with lean grade dump typically ranging from 38 to 48% Fe are now available for ex-leaseholder or via auction. It becomes critical that these resources are managed wisely. While some high-grade lumps may exist within, we must guard against the cherry picking which leaves the lower grade behind. To unlock the value of this dump, priority should be given to those with the capability or commitment to set up the beneficiation facility. Today, the technology enables the effective upgrading of low-grade ore, turning once discarded material into valuable feedstock. This approach not only improves the economic viability of mining, but also ensures the employment generation, environmental responsibility, and long-term sustainability. As a member of this dynamic industry, we have responsibility to lead this change, not just for the profitability, but for the posterity. Let's embrace this reformation with conviction and work together to build a mining ecosystem that is forward-looking, inclusive, and accountable. Before I close, I wish deeply appreciate the resilience, solidarity, and unwavering support shown by each one of you, whether through professional contribution, moral encouragement, or simply by staying connected. Your involvement has kept the spirit of POLYMAAG alive. These years tested our strength and unity, but they also reminded us of our potential when we stand together. Let's now look ahead with renewed energy, forging new paths, revitalizing our industry, and celebrating the legacy we have built together. Thank you. Let's all enjoy this memorable celebration.
Thank you, President Jayesh. I think we should agree with your views that one of the economical backbone of our Goa, our mining industry, has seen some encouraging developments. Let your hope of few more mines resuming their operations come true. Yes, let us celebrate the legacy we have built. In line with our mission statement, aims, and objectives, we do many activities around a year. Our future depends on what we do in present. Now I invite our secretary, Mr. Mayur, to present the annual report, which will include comprehensive account of our milestones, achievements, and challenges we have to overcome together.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Independence Day. Respected dignitaries on desk. Over the past 4 years, our association, like many others, have faced unprecedented challenges due to the prolonged slowdown and stoppages of mining activities in the region, compounded further with the COVID-19 pandemic. These circumstances naturally affected the pace and scale of our initiatives. Despite these hurdles, POLYMAAG remained united, committed, and steadfast in upholding the core values and mission upon which it was founded. Our mission to achieve career advancement and multidimensional development of diploma mining engineers while contributing effectively towards technology upgradation and a broader interest of the mining industries had continued to guide our efforts. We have stayed true to our objectives by maintaining platforms for knowledge sharing, promoting mutual understanding among members, and creating opportunities for continuous education and career growth, a bit on a slower pace. Even in these testing times, we sustain the legacy of POLYMAAG through regular interaction, networking opportunities, and continued support to students pursuing mining education. One of our key initiatives during this period was the design and execution of a thorough and structured program for first class and second class competency examination. This program features more than 100 multiple objective questions and answers on each topics, altogether more than 2,000 in total, complemented by in-depth theory classes. The nature of these sessions was a state-of-art and truly unique, offering a rich, immersive learning experience that both comprehensive and truly impactful. Despite financial constraint, we were overjoyed to organize a much-loved Day of Togetherness, a one-day picnic program that turned out to be one of the most memorable gatherings in the recent years. The response from the members was overwhelming, with a record participation that reflected renewed enthusiasm and a deep bonds of unity. What truly stood out was the spirit of the members, helping each member to reach the venue, leading a hand in a pool, assisting a meal service. Every gesture echoed the true essence of togetherness. It was not just a picnic, it was a celebration of enduring POLYMAAG spirit of togetherness. We also made a sincere attempt to address a growing need among our members working in a quarry operations, recognizing the challenges they face, particularly in convincing the quarry owners about the importance of safe and systematic working practices. We had planned an extensive and a specially structured workshop on a quarry operations and safety awareness. While this initiative could not be materialized indeed and may be seen as a shortfall from our side. However, we are not disheartened. A fresh plan is now in motion to conduct this workshop in a much more impactful and a unique manner, ensuring a maximum relevance and a value to the participants. We are grateful to Director of Mines Safety, who assured us the guidance and support in making this important initiative a success. And last but not the least, after a gap of 4 years, our much awaited anniversary function has returned, revived, and reimagined. What was earlier a modest 3-4 hour evening program has now transformed into a full day celebration filled with a vibrant energy, knowledge sharing, and a fellowship, with a dynamic technical session, esteemed guests, and enthusiastic delegates, and a widespread participation. today's grand gathering reflects the overwhelming joy and renewed commitment of the entire mining fraternity. It was truly heartening and witness such a collective spirit, contribution and celebration, making a new chapter of journey of POLYMAAG. Lastly, I would like to say, let us move together, speak in one voice, and let's our mind be united. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mayur. Let us all appreciate the present committee for the commendable work they have done in spite of many difficulties they faced due to the closure of mines. Their spirits weren't dampened by it. Now as the revival of mining is on horizon, POLYMAAG is ready to regain momentum and expand its activities. Hope your seminar for stone quarries, which is in pipeline, comes in fruitful reality. You can achieve anything. All that matter is how badly you want it. You can't have a better tomorrow if you are still thinking of yesterday. The ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do it. Our association was nurtured and shaped by many visionaries since its inception. The father figure, Shri K.N. Subhash Sir, HOD of mining at Polytechnic then, the first chairman of POLYMAAG, was a strong pillar since its inception, and also the man behind the starting of degree course for mining at this GSC. After his retirement, the legacy of Post was successfully carried forward with dignity and determination by our second chairman, Sri Joseph Coelho, ex-CEO Vedanta Seza. And today I am pleased to invite Shri Dattaguru Vajay Sir, our third chairman, who is known for his innovative ideas, to kindly share his experience and thoughts on this momentous occasion.
Good morning. Sri Ramesh Walikar, Director of Mine Safety Goa Region. His Deputy Sri Dilip Kumar, Sri Rajiv Kumar, Head Mineral Resources, Mineral Resources, Mr. Devendra Arolkar, Director Mohit Minerals, Sri Jayesh Bandudkar, President POLYMAAG, Sri Tukaram Gaonkar, General Secretary, Sri Usama Javed from CSB, who is going to present a paper now after some time, Sri Mahesh Bongale, who is also going to present a paper, our past President Sri Joseph Coelho, Hemakar Reddy, and dear friends, and also all invitees. First and foremost, I wish you all happy 30th POLYMAAG anniversary and 79th Independence Day. As we are celebrating today our Alumni Association anniversary, which also coincides with Independence Day, it's my pleasure and proud privilege to welcome you all on this occasion. I am honored to address you on this event. Our association had a long journey of 35 years of togetherness in which we have witnessed drastic changes and also upheaval in the industry in the later part. The association incepted in 1990 merely with a program of encouraging and assisting members to appear and clear mining competency exams, grew leaps and bounds with widespread activities such as conducting workshops, seminars, study visits, picnics, etc., while keeping its primary objective intact. We still help candidates for appearing for first class and second class exams. It also created a feeling of togetherness and provided a common platform to share views and ideas. Though mining industry was paralyzed for quite some time, it's only the enduring bonds that kept us together for years. Mining in Goa has a long history. It started in Portuguese region. Mining concessions were given as perpetual right with intention to bring in industrial development. These are the few things which Portuguese government started. One thing what they did is they allotted concessions. Other one is they constructed some canals and also some bridges and all during the primary stage when they wanted to do development. So this came as a very, it started in Portuguese era with development in mind, development of Goa. And mining concessions were given as a perpetual right with intention in bringing industrial development. It was a welcome business located in backward remote areas away from townships and was well accepted by local public. It expanded over a period of time, accompanied by growth of hamlets inhabited by its stakeholders. Goan mines showcased great workmanship with best safety quality standards. The mining techniques employed in Goa earned recognition by and appreciation both domestically and internationally. Entire ore production went for exports, earning good foreign exchange earnings, which was need of an hour then. Goan mining maintained a stable production with export of around 16 million tons for many years. It went on increasing and reaching a figure of nearly 54 million tons during 1 year. A positive side of expansion was entire reserves could have been exhausted faster and area would have been demineralized and taken for rehabilitation. Day by day, mining becomes more difficult due to rapid urbanization, risking the permanent loss of the underlying mineral resources. There are many such lost treasures in Goa. The negative side was that new issues began to emerge with the surge in demand, which led to increased production and exports. Many new unorganized players jumped in, trying to exploit the situation. NGOs entered the scene and attempted to paralyze the business through various means, including raising environment concerns. While these efforts failed due to strong compliance and local stakeholder support, the NGOs ultimately succeeded by raising a different issue of legal lease validity. Mining industry was very well acquainted with and had adopted various contemporary laws. Although it was a challenging task, it managed to meet compliance requirements through proper study and R&D. The challenges that the industry is facing today are grant of lease has become too competitive and time consuming. Out of 11 leases auctioned so far, I believe only 3 are becoming functional, which shows how difficult it is to put them in actual production. It becomes necessary to accept hefty premium to remain in the race, because of which margins contract, leaving limited scope for accidental expenses. Most of the pits have gone deep, and adding to problem is space limited for reject disposal. As mining engineer, we are well versed with mining operations, workforce and machine safety, as well as scientific method of production and extraction of mineral. Moving forward, now we need to focus on environment aspects along with deepening our understanding on use of modern technology in mining. As regards orders, consents and permissions are concerned, in most cases, the content remains largely the same with some cut and paste job, which the actual site conditions differ significantly, whereas significantly depending on the location. The user agency is compelled to accept the same despite knowing pretty well that meeting all the terms would be virtually difficult or unfeasible. The judicial interpretation is confined to the literal content is properly draft content. The judicial interpretation is confined to the literal meaning, leaving no scope for explanations thereafter. Hence, it is crucial to ensure that all above content is properly drafted and error-free to prevent any adverse judicial consequences, even if the process is time-consuming. Earlier, there was no scope for any modifications, but now, after many amendments in law, there is some consideration which needs to be exercised. Much has been discussed about the carrying capacity of roads and the need to cap production levels. However, what is often overlooked is the critical issue of capping the number of trucks. Anyone connected with mining industry will recognize or appreciate that the core problem was not with the volume of mineral being transported, but the excessive number of trucks deployed. Their sheer number often clogged the roads, leaving little or no space for movement. Now, similar problem we observe also in taxi business in Goa. There are so many taxis, they are choking the main parking places in the cities. And this is also going to be a similar problem. And government has to, in time, has to act on that. Capping has to be there, how many taxis are required and how many taxis should be registered. Otherwise, this is going to be another problem in Goa, like what we had for the tippers. I was very fortunate to visit a place known as Sunway Lagoon. Sunway Lagoon, a theme park in Malaysia this year. It is one of the best tourist destinations in Asia. I was excited to know that it's an old rehabilitated tin mine pit. I'm showing some pictures here. Yeah, you go and show. Yeah. This was an old tin mine. It covers an area of 36 hectares with 46 meters maximum depth approachable by escalator. They have set an excellent example showcasing use of exhausted mine pit by converting spent force into a revenue model. This park opened in 1993 and accommodates over 90 wonderful attractions like nice water park, amusement park, wildlife, birds, different rides, etc. There is toy train to take you around and a ropeway for awesome aerial view. Brilliantly designed and located shopping places, restaurants, cafeterias, and other eateries take care of your all needs. There's a well-set township all around forms heart of the Sunway city. It clearly proves if there's a will, there's a way. So this is the best example what I have seen personally about the abundant mind. My advice to members who are out of job should explore opportunities either in neighboring states for placement. Also explore for opportunities in other countries. Like I have met some people today, those are working abroad. So likewise, others should also, instead of remaining idle, I would advise them to try in the other countries also. And request to those who have reached retirement age or who have crossed retirement age to take care of their health, wealth, and fitness and keep occupied all the time. Please engage with our alumni activities, share your knowledge, and support our cause and initiatives. Together, we can inspire our juniors, foster innovations, and contribute to the sustainable development of the mining industry. Thank you for continued support and being integrated part of our community. Let us celebrate our past, cherish our present, and look forward to the future with promise and potential. Once again, I especially thank Sri Ramesh Walikar sir, DMS Goa region, for accepting our invitation and specially gracing this function. Also, I thank Sri Deepak Kumar sir. And after this, we are going to have some paper presentation. I thank all the speakers for having come here, and they are going to present their papers. I hope and wish that it will be a very good interactive session and very interesting papers. Again, wish you all happy POLYMAAG anniversary and Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Vijay sir. You rightly said the sustainable development should be balanced between environmental concerns and infrastructure development. We should also agree with you that the motto of the so-called activists look biased, showing complete disregard to mining dependence. Goan mining industry was hailed for its safety standards, renovations, utilization of low-grade ores, adoption of new technologies, CSR, etc. But as you said, all will be undone if the truck havoc on the roads is not eliminated. A capping over there is most important, and so a carrying capacity study is also a must. Prepare yourself to be challenged, excited, and inspired, and the one who is self-motivated crosses all the bars. It's the time now to honor our achievers who have crossed the bars and cleared the prestigious competency certificates of first class and second class mines manager. A feat that demands technical skill, resilience, and self-motivation. All the new successful candidates will be felicitated with a memento as token of our love and appreciation. I request all those my friends to come one by one as I call your names. We will start with second class candidates first. There are 2 successful candidates this year. I request our guest of honor, Sri Devendra Arorkar sir, to do the honor. First second class candidate is Mr. Ramesh Ghadi. Ramesh Ghadi. Our second class successful candidate is Mr. Siddesh Mardolkar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, both the candidates. POLYMAAG now proudly counts total 52 successful second-class mines manager among our members. Now the first-class candidates. There are 3 successful candidates this year. I request Sri Raju Kumar sir, please to do the honor. First name is Mr. Vishal Gowde. Vishal Gowde. Second is Mr. Jitendra Joshi. Jitendra Joshi. Third is Mr. Vitthal Thanekar. Vitthal Thanekar. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all the members. POLYMAAG now have crossed the century. We are now total 101 first-class mines managers. 101. This year, the committee has decided to felicitate some of our founder members, true visionaries. We should say the brain behind formation of this POLYMAAG, which is now 35 years old. I request our chief guest to please do the honor. Sir Shri Benny Sardina. Benny Sardina, sir. One of our late members, Anand Shetty, sir. I request their family members to please accept the felicitation. Late Anand Shetty. And Mahesh Bongale. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. A book is an unique portable magic. From our humble beginnings of Cycle Style quarterly magazines with very enriching and informative articles to today's polished publication, POLYMAAG have always shared knowledge generously. Previously, as our chairman said, stress was on to help our members to pass their first class and second class competency exams through the articles published. Then we were fortunate enough to have the luxury of easy printing. But during the pandemic COVID, we transitioned to e-souvenirs, ensuring uninterrupted sharing of expertise. This year, we have proudly returned to the printed edition, symbolizing resilience and revival. POLYMAAG members and technocrats from mining fraternity have taken a lot of pain to put their ideas and thoughts here. So I request today's chief guest to please kindly release our souvenir of this year. Thank you, sir. Words have the power to inspire, to heal, and to lead. I request our guest of honor, Sri Devendra Arolkar sir, to please address the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest, Sri Ramesh Balika, Sri Rajiv Kumar, Head Minerals Fomento, Sri Vazay, Chairman POLYMAAG, Sri Jayesh Mandurkar, President POLYMAAG, Tukaram Gaonkar, General Secretary POLYMAAG, other dignitaries and members of this august institution, POLYMAAG. It give me immense pleasure to share my few thoughts with you people from the campus where I spent full 4 years from 1979 to 1983. Of course, this block wasn't existing then. We didn't have the luxury of such a nice, lovely block. Nevertheless, the college was quite state of the art. The classrooms were almost like this. Coming back to this organization celebrating 35 long years is something wonderful that on an voluntary basis, the flame has been kept burning for those many years. Let me tell you, it's not an easy task for the people who are on the dais and who are actively working behind the scenes, like my friend Cletus here, to keep this movement going strong. I am aware of the hard times that this sector had faced in the 20s during COVID and even before that with the Supreme Court judgment, which really brought down the mining sector to a zero, this thing. And we are now looking at the green shoots which are coming up through this auction of mineral resources, which is the topic that I have chosen for my presentation today. Of course, we have taken a lot of time since the beginning, and I should not delay you much. I wish POLYMAAG, the fraternity, and the committee all the best in years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your words are sure to inspire renewed hopes and determination for a stronger mining future. Good advice is like snow. The softer it falls, the longer it dwells upon you. I now request Sri Raju Kumar sir, guest of honor, to please share his views with the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest, Sri Ramesh Sir, Director of Mohit Mandal, Sri Devendra Ji, Chairman Mr. D.R. Vijay, President Mr. Jayesh Mandokar Ji, and General Secretary Tukaram Parab Ji, esteemed members, dear friends, and fellow mining engineers. At the outset, I wish you all a very happy Independence Day. It gives me an immense joy and pleasure to stand here to celebrate 35 glorious years of this wonderful association, POLYMAAG Association, a family of mining professionals bound together by knowledge, experience, and shared spirit of mining industry. When I look around in this room, I don't just see mining engineers. I see the keepers of Goa industrial legacy. And today when I am standing before you, I see few faces which I should share with you. So first name comes to my mind is Kishore sir. I did my training under his guidance. Thank you, Kishore sir, for providing all the thing, and it's been an honor to work. One more name I'll take, Mr. Mahesh Bongale. I look upon him to get ideas and share knowledge as far as blasting is concerned whenever I am in some kind of doubt. So this is the way knowledge should be shared within the group and the fraternity. When we call about a mining fraternity, it crosses the boundaries of region, it crosses the boundaries of degrees, diplomas, etc., etc. So it has been always a learning curve for me personally. I came in Goa in the year 1999, and I was blessed to start my career in Goa with Kishore sir. And I also remember having close interactions with Mr. Newton. It has been always and Mr. Coelho. So it's very part of this celebration. Now, over these 35 years, POLYMAAG has been much more than a professional association. It has been a family where members share not just technical expertise, but also friendship, laughter, and countless moments, as Tukaramji was saying, of togetherness. It is in these small moments, discussing slope stability while waiting for the rain to stop, that the real bonding takes place. Goa's mining industry has faced its shares of ups and downs. We have seen this. Personally, I have been part of that since 2012. But like that tough laterite we often work with, this community has stayed strong. And POLYMAAG has been at the center, training, guiding, and giving mining engineers a voice in shaping the future. So while today at the outset when I came, I also happened to have a honor to meet the founder members, Mr. Bene, and I was very touched by his gesture of coming from Middle East, especially for this function. So that talks about the bonding this association has. As we look ahead, we know the challenges, stricter regulations, as Mr. Vijay was saying, technology changes, and above all, the need for sustainable practices. So today we are in an auction regime where while the auction happens, the outcome of the auction is not in control of majority of the players, either in terms of getting that block or in terms of getting the block at the right premium. So today, as we celebrate, let's also commit to keep learning, to embrace innovation, and make sure that our work leaves a positive mark on both the economy and the environment. And if we do that, the next 35 years will be a story we will be all proud to tell. My heartfelt congratulations to POLYMAAG, to its founder, its past and present leaders, and every member who has carried this torch forward. May your journey ahead be as rich as rewarding at the land you have worked so hard to understand. Thank you for inviting me as a guest of honor. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Your suggestions and way forward, we hope for prosperous mining ahead. Your insight and forward-looking suggestions will help us to chart a prosperous path in mining industry. A good leader inspires people to have confidence in the leader, but a great leader inspires people to have confidence in themselves. It's my privilege to invite our chief guest of today's function, Sri Valikal sir, to deliver his address and share valuable views and thoughts with the gathering. We eagerly wait your valuable perspectives and motivating words that will guide POLYMAAG in its next chapter.
आज का सभा का डेलीगेट्स श्री राजू कुमार सर, हेड ऑफ मिनरल रिसोर्सेस गोवा एंड यूपी पोमेंटो रिसोर्स कंपनी लिमिटेड, एंड श्री देवेंद्र अरोलकर, डायरेक्टर ऑफ मोहित मिनरल्स लिमिटेड एंड चेयरमैन ऑफ दिस POLYMAAG DR वाजे, एंड प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ दिस POLYMAAG JS बंडोलकर, and General Secretary Gonkar, all my colleague Sri Chandramukhi ji, मेरा प्यारे सब कदान का statutory persons and all delegates, सबको मेरा तरफ से अभी मॉर्निंग का नहीं, सेकंड हाफ हो रहा है ऑलरेडी, क्यों तो ये ख़त्म करना चाहिए था 11:30 को, 11 o'clock को, थोड़ी टाइम हो गया, क्यों तो आज तो हम लेक्चर सुनने के लिए आया है। सबको नमस्कार। एंड दूसरा एक है कि 79 का अब इंडिपेंडेंस है, उसी के लिए सब लोग को मेरा तरफ से बधाई देना चाहता हूँ। आई कंग्रेचुलेट द POLYMAAG फॉर अरेंजिंग दिस वंडरफुल फंक्शन इन द वंडरफुल प्लेस। प्लीज़ गिव बिग हैंड्स टू द ऑर्गेनाइजर।
Thank you, sir.
Because organizing is a technique, सबको पास नहीं आएगा, वो प्रोफेशनल लोग के पास ही आएगा वो चीज़। वो प्रोफेशनल लोग आप हाई कर कर दिखा रहे हैं, इसलिए आप लोग को मैं मेरा तरफ से बधाई देना चाहता हूँ। एंड आई कंग्रेचुलेट द POLYMAAG फॉर सक्सेसफुल कंप्लीशन ऑफ 35 year सर्विस। इट इज़ अ ग्रेट टास्क, बिकॉज आज का ज़माना में कोई भी फैमिली में भी रहे तो 35 years तक ये भाई ब्रदर वगैरह रहने का बहुत दिक्कत है, लेकिन आप लोग इतना हार्ड वर्क का हिसाब से सब लोग को लेकर जा रहे हैं ना, इट इज़ अ ग्रेट अचीवमेंट। आई विश यू अनदर मिनिमम 100 more years आप ऐसा ही ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग सेशन वगैरह करता रहना है। माइनिंग पैटर्निटी को नॉलेज शेयर करने का आपका ऊपर जिम्मेदारी है, वो करेगा कर मैं आशा करता हूँ। दूसरा मेरा एक सिंसियर एडवाइस ये है कि POLYMAAG के लिए आप लोग क्या काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। विथ डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टाइम वी हैव टू चेंज आवर सेल्फ, वो एक ज़रूर है। टेक एग्जाम्पल ऑफ और DGMS 1902 से चालू हो गया, ऑलमोस्ट 103 years कंप्लीशन हो गया DGMS का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का। ये क्यों है कि डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द टाइम के हिसाब से चेंज हो रहा है। हम लोग भी पहले तो ऑफलाइन का था सिस्टम, अभी टोटली ऑनलाइन हो गया। पर लेबर आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर होगा, कुछ जनरेशन ऑफ माइन कोड होगा, परमिशन होगा, कोई भी चीज़ होगा, वी आर ट्रांसफरिंग ऑफलाइन से ऑनलाइन। उसी के हिसाब से POLYMAAG भी चेंज होना ज़रूरत है। ये ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग सेशन वगैरह ऑनलाइन भी आप लोग कर सकते हैं, बॉटम मोस्ट पर्सनस को भी अभी रीच हो सकता है, क्यों तो आप अभी सबके पास साधन है, मोबाइल का फैसिलिटी है, ये रीच हो जाएगा। क्यों तो सब लोग तो इधर नहीं आ पाएगा, लेकिन आपका नॉलेज शेयरिंग का ये है ना, ये चीज़ आपको ध्यान रखकर वहाँ तक करने का आप कोशिश करिए, आप आगे बढ़ेगा। मैं ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लेता हूँ, क्यों तो ऑलरेडी 12 o'clock हो रहा है। मैं तो आज कुछ लेक्चर का सुनने के लिए आया है, आपका नॉलेज वगैरह कुछ आप लोग शेयर कर रहे हैं ना, वो लेने के लिए आया है। क्यों तो आप नॉलेज शेयरिंग है ना, बहुत बड़ा दान है। पैसा वगैरह आज देगा किसी को वो खर्चा हो जाएगा, लेकिन नॉलेज रहेगा ना, हमारा श्वास रहने तक वो नॉलेज रहेगा। इसलिए आप लोग अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं पॉलीमैग। वंस अगेन आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट इन फ्यूचर। हमारा डीजीएमएस आपके साथ रहेगा। कोई भी चीज़ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का सेमिनार होगा, वर्कशॉप होगा, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग का होगा, उसके लिए आपके साथ हम जरूर रहेगा। कोई भी चीज़ रहे तो आपके साथ हम एज ए बैकबोन का तरफ से हम काम करेंगे। जय हिंद।
Thanks a lot, sir, for your appreciation, valuable and resourceful guidance. I hope everybody has taken note of it. Certainly, your address will go a long way in inspiring us to strive hard and achieve more. Minds are like parachutes. They only function when they are open. True sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. On behalf of POLYMAAG, I thank you, sir, for providing your gracious presence to join us to enhance our joy and knowledge. Also, we hope for the same support in future, as you said. Now I request our secretary, Mayur Parab, to offer a memento as token of love from POLYMAAG to Shri Devendra Arolkar, sir. Thank you, sir. I now request our president, Ms. Jayesh Bandodkar, to offer a memento as token of love from POLYMAAG to Shri Raju Kumar, sir. Thank you, sir. I request our chairman, sir, Vajay sir, to offer a memento as token of love from POLYMAAG to Shri Walikar, sir. Thank you, sir. As all the bitterness is dissolved by a single word, sorry, so too can good deeds be honored by saying thank you. Now I request our joint treasurer, Mr. Babaji Gaonkar, to formally propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of POLYMAAG, it is my great privilege to deliver a vote of thanks on this memorable occasion of our 35th anniversary celebration, which also coincides with the joyous spirit of Independence Day. I take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy Independence Day. First and foremost, our heartfelt gratitude goes to our chief guest, Mr. Ramesh Warikar sir, for graciously accepting our invitation, taking time for his busy schedule, and inspiring us with his presence and word. Sir, your support means a lot to us. Our sincere thanks also goes to our guest of honor, Mr. Raju Kumar sir and Mr. Devendra Arolkar sir, for adding grace and value to our celebration with your encouraging presence. We extend our special appreciation to Goa Engineering College, the principal, the professor, and dedicated staff and students for providing us with a venue, extending all possible help, and working tirelessly behind the scene to ensure the smooth conduct of this program. Without your wholehearted support, today's event would not have been possible. A warm note of thanks goes to partial sponsor CBS Solution and their wonderful team, Mr. Javed, Mr. Sangram, and Mr. Johnson, who have traveled all the way from Gurgaon to join us and support us in making this day a success. We are grateful to our sponsors and advertisers for our souvenirs, who have contributed wholeheartedly towards generating the funds needed for this event. Special mention to our senior members who personally took our request for advertisement to their respective management. Your commitment has been truly remarkable. Our thanks also goes to souvenir partners and printers and designers for their timely and quality work, and to our caterer for delighting us with the tasty, satisfying food. We also acknowledge and thanks videographer team for enabling live streaming of this event on YouTube, allowing our member well-wishers from far apart to be a part of the celebration in real time. Finally, I extend my thanks to each and every one of you present here for making this gathering so vibrant and meaningful. Your presence, your apples, and your good wishes have made this event truly special. Once again, wishing you all a happy Independence Day, and may POLYMAAG continue to grow in strength, unity, and friendship in this year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Babaji. With this, we conclude the formal function. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to please join the audience and grace the second session of technical presentations. The committee members, please extend your assistance in facilitating the presentations. We are at a turning point in Goa's mining journey. After years of uncertainty, we finally see a ray of light of revival ahead. Hope हमारे भी बुरे दिन जाने वाले हैं और हमको भी अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं. 12 mining blocks in Goa are already auctioned successfully. Public hearings have been conducted and 7 blocks so far have received ECs. 3 blocks started their mining operations too. We can say they have taken the lead to restart the mining. All the best wishes to all of them for the successful restart. Also, best wishes to all the other successful and to be successful bidders. Let us start an era of sustainable growth with safety. Our country holds distinction of being most populous nation, and so our responsibilities multiply. We should work for the larger benefit of humanity. I proudly hope that our 101 POLYMAAG first-class mines managers, 52 second-class mines managers, and countless diploma and degree engineers will carry the torch for the industry, which is economic lifeline and also a matter of community pride. Today's all the 3 technical presentations are in line with the way forward of restart of mining. The first presentation is on major legal reforms in India, a subject of direct relevance to our industry's present and future. I request Sri Raju Kumar sir and his team to kindly take over and enlighten us. The
Hello. Good afternoon to all of you. Now this paper, Major Legal Reforms in India, has been co-authored by me, my team, Pawan and Sneha Chadankar. I would request Sneha to come and present this, and I'm available. I'll be taking any questions and then I'll be answering if there's a requirement. Sneha, if you may please join.
Please meet Sneha Mahesh Sodankar, a young, dedicated and passionate graduate mining engineer from Goa College of Engineering. Throughout her academic journey, Sneha has demonstrated a strong commitment to sustainable and responsible mining practices. Her final project, titled Post-Mining Land Use, highlights her deep interest in environmental rehabilitation and the long-term ecological impact of mining operations. Sneha is focused on making a meaningful contribution to the mining sector with an emphasis on innovation, safety, and sustainability. She is currently working with Fomento Resources Private Limited, where she continues to apply her knowledge and enthusiasm to real-world mining challenges. Over to Sneha.
Major legal reforms as the local discipline new folder open कर new folder major legal reforms में करते समय open कर इनके हाँ है present
फाइनल
हाँ
Good afternoon, everyone, and a very happy Independence Day. I would like to begin by thanking POLYMAAG for this opportunity. I am privileged to be here in our college, in our own department. This paper, titled Major Legal Reforms in India in Mining and Mineral Sector, is jointly written by Mr. Rajiv Kumar sir and by Mr. Pawan. I am the youngest author of the team, and I am privileged and honored to present them today. And I will do my best to present their thoughts clearly and sincerely. Please forgive any errors I may make during the presentation. Okay. So we will start with the sectoral overview, then some national mineral policies, key policies, followed by legal frameworks 2015, 2021, and 2023, and then finally some suggestions. So on the left side, we can see that India recognizes 95 minerals, broadly divided into two categories, fuels and non-fuels, which is further divided into metallic, non-metallic, minor minerals and atomic minerals. On the right side, we can see a pie chart showing economic value of mineral production. And we can clearly see that iron ore alone contributes 79%, making it a most dominant mineral in terms of value, and which contributes to the economy, which has a huge impact on our economy. And that is why our paper focuses more on iron ore. Okay. Now, even after liberalization in 1993, the expected growth and private investment was not materialized. The key reasons were delays in approvals and poor infrastructure. The 2008 policy aimed to make the sector more transparent and sustainable. The policy gave preference to value addition industry. It set a mining tenement registry. A national goal was set, zero waste mining. Employment and territory sector spin-offs from mining and value addition. Fair share of mineral value to mineral-bearing states. A comprehensive institutional framework for research and development and training. Now, even with National Mineral Policy 2008, there were still delays, underutilization of resources. So, in 2017, Supreme Court in the Common Cause versus Union of India case directed the government to review and reschedule the policy, the previous policy. So that is how we got National Mineral Policy 2019. National Mineral Policy 2019 aimed right of first refusal for reconnaissance, encouraging the private sector to take up exploration, auctioning in virgin areas for composite or mining lease, encouragement of merger and acquisition of mining entities, transfer of mining leases, long-term import-export policy for mineral, rationalization of reserved areas not being used by PSUs, harmonized taxes and royalty with world benchmark, and etc. Now, before 2015, the mining operations were mainly governed by only two laws. The first one is MMDR Act 1957 and the second is Mines Act 1952. Under this framework, the initial grant was up to 30 years and the first renewal was up to 20 years and then second and subsequent renewals. In 2009, two major things happened. Transition from fixed rate royalty to ad valorem system. And the second one was threshold limit value was lowered from 55% to 45%. Now with this system, there was a problem. There was a lot of discretion. The mining leases were allotted on first come, first serve basis. And companies started to extract more and more, ignoring the environmental limits. So this forced government to take action. So that is how we got MMDR Act 2015, which removed the discretion and auction. It set auction to be the sole and transparent method for allotment. It standardized 50 years of mining lease with no renewal, sunset clause for ongoing leases, and two major funds were introduced. The first one was DMF and the second one was National Mineral Exploration Trust. Transfer of mining concessions granted through auction was permitted in order to encourage private investors. Stronger provisions for checking illegal mining was also done. After that, on 28th of March 2021, MMDR Act 2021 was amended, which removed the reservation of mines for end use of minerals, allowing captive mines to sell up to 50% of their mineral production. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Payment of additional amount to the state government on extension and grant of mining lease of government companies, vesting of statutory clearances, grant of short-term mining leases to government companies, composition and utilization of district mineral foundation, allowing transfer of mineral concession for non-auction mines to attract fresh investment, auction by the central government where the state government faces difficulty. Okay. Now, MMDR Act 2023 focuses more on critical minerals, exploration and national security. It aimed auction for exploration license for the minerals specified in 7th schedule. The exploration agency shall be titled to share in the auction premium payable by the mining leaseholder. It removed 6 minerals from atomic mineral list and reframed it into a critical minerals. Empowered central government to exclusively auction mining lease and composite lease for critical minerals for early production. We can see here that 517 blocks have been auctioned, and that is a great achievement, and only 66 blocks are in operation. The key reasons for this is delays in approvals in EC and FC, high regime of mineral tax, determination of surface right compensation, dedicated corridors, no intensive for low-grade mineral utilization, unsustainable premiums of participation. Now here are some suggestions. Fast-track statutory clearances by creating single window clearance portals with deemed approvals for post-auction to ensure pre-embedded clearances to rationalize taxes and compliance, strengthen infrastructure, operationalize ready-to-mine concept, transparency via dashboard, aligning mining with ESG and local livelihoods. Thank you. Yes.
Previous. So if you see this slide, this is one of the most important slides I would suggest you to see. Now here, the number of blocks auctioned as far as all minerals are concerned is 517, and we have bifurcated it only to the extent of iron ore separately, just to give you a feel of it. 140 blocks have been auctioned since 2015. We are now 10 years. Why we chose 2015 as a point of inflection? Because prior to 2015 there was a separate syllabus, and after 2015 there was a separate syllabus. So 140 blocks got auctioned, and as you see, deeds executed, composite licenses, blocks in operation is 40, only 40. 100 blocks are still not in operation. But the fallacy lies in the below table. If you go through the second table, we have chosen the same dates of production of iron ore, production of steel, and per capita consumption of steel. So production of steel in 2015 was 156. Iron ore was 156 million ton. Steel was 89 million tons. We were at third at that time. We were below Japan that time. And per capita consumption was 57 kilos per person. From there, in 2024, 156 became 289 million tons, a rise of 85%. Production of steel from 89 became 150 million tons, a rise of 68%. Per capita consumption from 57, 97 in 2024, and when I'm speaking, it is almost touching 100 in this year. So, in spite of 100 blocks not getting operational, your production went by 70%. Now just imagine a scenario. Now the third line, which is the 2030 line on the second table, is the target set by Ministry of Mines to achieve, as far as they have set a goal that in the year 2030 we require 300 million tons of steel production, and to meet that we require 437 million tons of iron ore, and we intend to have this consumption per capita around 160 kilos per person. Just imagine a situation that if those 100 mines were working of 140 minus 40, and they were at a notional figure of 1 million ton per annum or a 2 million ton per annum, the figures would of 2030 targets would have been achieved in this year itself. So that, and second was, why did this increase when the other mines did not add into the production? The main reason lies that in places like Orissa and places like Karnataka, people, when they faced with the scenario of 2020 and 2030 expiry of their leases, they went through expansion. They went through expansion multifold. I mean, we have seen cases where it has gone 9x, 9 times. So the leases which were going to expire in 2030 or were going to have a validity of say 2040 or 41 based on the sunset clause of the ATS 5 and 6, they increased their production because they knew that the lease period is finite. So let's not get into the lease period thing. Let's increase the production and get a higher lease period without getting that lease period. So that has led to that rise. Now, the problem for us in the new regime, the people who are in the auction regime, is that when we participate, we end up in a premium which are normally on a higher side, and especially in the grades which is better, like iron ore, where the grades are on the say 56 or 60 in say Karnataka, or 62, 63 in Orissa, we face higher premiums. Even the floor prices set up by the state governments are high. They enter into a sustainable, unsustainable kind of premium, which is the last point of the right side, where in a pursuit of, like here, as somebody was telling, we have 12 leases, it is not 11, it is 12 leases auctioned here. Out of those 12 leases, only 3 are operating, and all of you must be knowing they are operating at a, they are trying to get firm on the ground, still block 1, block 5, they are still struggling to get it on a strong footing. And coupled with the similar social dynamics, even more enforced now in terms of trying to take the pound of their share, the pressure on the operations is still more compared to the last non-auction regime. So when we see these figures, and when we also see the environmental angle, when we, I was in the morning we were discussing, एक हिंदी में एक शायरी है, ताउम्र एक ही गलती करते रहे, धूल चेहरे पे थी, आईना साफ करते रहे. तो फिरोज जी के लिए मतलब शायरी बहुत हमारे समस्या, हमारे गोवा माइनिंग में समस्या ये है कि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एक बहुत बड़ा समस्या है. वो किसी गांव से जेट्टी दूसरे किसी गांव के पास मिनरल ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है, और वो जो रोड है, दैट रोड इज़ बीइंग यूज्ड बाय द पीपल, and we try to use that road as if it is a road exclusively for mineral. So I think Mr. Vajay was saying that number of trucks, it may manifest in number of trucks, it may manifest in something, but what is happening is we are going into a field which was or which is being currently used by general population. So this issue is something which needs to be sorted out. And I will share with this gathering, including young and experienced people. We had a meeting, the current dispensation, Ministry of Mines, Government of India, they are forcefully trying to find solutions to this at a very high pace. There was, as the meetings were called as recently, maybe a week back, they want to help us all in this matters, all of these matters. And there are various points were asked that what do you want, and especially in the context of the tariff war going on internationally and the Ukraine and all those things happening, India is looking for self-dependence. India is looking for self-dependence on critical minerals, on iron ore, as Sneha was showing 70%, 79% of the value lies with this. So we have to force, like various associations, we have to impress upon the authorities and the government that this transportation issue is something which one has to, and it is interest of everybody. Why should we cross the road of villager? We should have a different place to move. Why should there, and the more you move in a zone where villagers are moving, your timing gets restricted. There has to be exclusion for school, there has to be exclusion for festival, there has to be exclusion. Then it further denses, the density of transportation further increases. So these are the limitations we are creating it, and maybe we impress upon, and we are all, as a various associations, we are already in touch with authorities. So the point here is,
if everything was going good, then why did it stop? And why, if it had stopped and it has restarted, what are the lessons of the past we have to learn? So for me, the lessons of the past to be learned is transportation. That has to find a way in which all mining engineers apply themselves, not only in Goa, means a different part. And this is a problem everywhere. This is a problem in Orissa, this is a problem in Karnataka. Proportions are different, but the problem lies similar. So the moral of this presentation was to put before you a general perspective of that, and any special query and all, we can answer it. But we wanted to just give you and this paper has been presented in Mining Engineer Association, and they have taken some couple of points from this. We had it in Nagpur last time. It was also presented in Goa Institute of Management recently in some legal, they have some legal committee. So we are trying to put these facts before the various things. So any questions you can, we are happy to answer.
Does that 300 consist of recycled steel?
Yeah, all kind of steel, all kind of steel. Yes, yes. I mean, they have gone through the process.
Such an extent of 85% from 156 to 89, 2015 to 89, and with only 40 blocks in operation.
Those 40 blocks also have added in that, plus the people, like especially in Orissa, there has been a great increase. And even in Karnataka, if you see around.
It must be from the legacy leases, pre-auction.
Pre-auction, they have, yeah, almost. The difference may be around close to 60 to 70 million has been added from the non-auction cases to increase there. I can't take the examples, but I'm just sharing it's off. We can always discuss those names. But there has been an increase in the non-auction cases drastically.
You did mention because they wanted to.
Yes, yes, yes. And that is what is happening. The authorities will be definitely aware of this.
I had one question. So you did mention that 85% growth from 25 to 2024, whereas it's going to be 2437 to 30. Now, if these leases were not to ramp up their production, existing leases and scale up, the steel production would have continued because those are all large plants you have to. Do you think some ore could have been imported into India to make up the shortfall?
Yes, it's a good question. If you had asked this question 3 years back, India was the only country which was applying tax on import as well as export, duties on import as well as export. So there was a situation where import was happening. Currently, out of this 289, close to, I'll just give a thumb rule, 156 into 1.6 is the consumption, 150 into 1.6 is the consumption of the country. The remaining goes out. So 150 into 6 will be 240 or something, and the remaining is an export.
15 square to 25.
Yeah. So the conversion is 1.6 times. 1.6 tons of iron ore produces 1 ton of steel. So if you apply that formula in 300 and 437, it is little low because they are trying to bring the cleaner methods of products. So there is some they are trying to do there, and there is some scrap also getting added much in that. So that's why that figure is less. Yes, sir.
Of that 100 which are non-operational, how many are there in forest sensitive areas?
Currently, the leases which are granted, they are almost all of them are out of the eco-sensitive zone and eco-sensitive areas. Yes, they are not in the forest, but they are in the forest department. They are under consideration. So that is the fact. So this is something which we brought to the notice of the ministry. We said that the way we have set up times for IVM, 45 days, means almost all departments which come under ministry are under a time limit. That time limit is not available with the forest department.
So what happens when you exceed that time?
No, it is mandatory on their.
Your fault basically, because you are not getting clearance is not your fault, but the time limit is set as 3 years or 5 years, whatever it is. Then what happens?
So okay, good point. For a composite license, 2 years is given for prospecting, and which can be extended further by 1 year. No. 2 for prospecting, 1 will be extended. Then you add +3, which is for mining, which can be another extended by 2 years. So see, the non-extended period is 2 + 3. Extended period is first 2 + 1 + 3 + 2. So it will be 3 + 5. So it will be 8. Ministry currently is not allowing the extension. What ministry is telling, if it is only beyond the reasons of the lessee, then only. So they are, when they say that we are not allowing, they are not only saying to the lessee, they are also saying to the authorities that we are not going to allow this extension. So basically they are trying to stop those bottlenecks. Which bottlenecks you are speaking, that the delay is towards the authorities, especially it is with MOEF and forest. So those they have set up project monitoring unit, which is based in is a group of Deloitte, which is working very closely with Ministry of Mines. Now that group is monitoring the levels to the DCF level in the state, to the DMG level in the state, to the IBM, I mean RCOM. So when they take the reviews, and these reviews happen every week, every month, depending on how congested that state is. So there is a good amount of follow-up being, especially by Ministry of Mines, because there are approvals which go beyond Ministry of Mines, MOEF, sometimes Ministry of Defense also, when it is closer to the state boundaries and all, Ministry of Defense NOC is required, or sometimes Archaeological Survey of India, or sometimes Ministry of Labor. So that way they are trying to integrate things.
CPCB in June of 2026 is coming up with the integration of all the central position as well as the state position. So if this can be incorporated into that, so possibly the process might be.
We are talking, when we met last time, Minister, our Honorable Minister, Mr. Reddy, when we talk about integration, for a mine, there should be one place where we should apply. And if we apply single window in Parivesh, that Parivesh should incorporate all these things. And we are also talking, going to the state where we are asking that you give a immediate clearance, having a clearance, the deposit should have a clearance and then put for auction. So they are seriously working on that. And apart from this, there is one more change which has happened, which a change is going to happen, where the average sale price for a mineral for a state, which is being done currently monthly, every state wise, is going to happen nation wise, one index kind of thing, national mineral index kind of thing. But it is in offing, so it is linkage to plats by way of some regression. So they are in an active stage of doing that. The concept of captive has been removed now in 2021, but prior to that, yes, there are a couple of maybe close to 1/3 of will be captive. I'm just giving up. I mean, we can check that and get back, but roughly around 1/3. But nowadays, that captive concept has gone out, because whoever has taken on captive are now allowed to sell more than around 50% of their thing in the open market. So they are trying to remove those category wise. So the participation goes up, the bidding goes up, so that way they don't want to restrict it.
I have one question there. Between 2015 and 2024, we had roughly about 150 million ton increase in 9 years, and coming from previous leases which were non-auction.
Most of them. Yeah.
Easy to scale up or easy to
Yes.
because a lot of money in there.
Yes.
The value that is there in that is phenomenal. Compared to that space that you have in the auction blocks, there also you are expecting in 6 years, I mean, not you, I mean.
Yeah, got it. Understood.
Policy expects that 148 million tons of ore would be required to reach that level in 6 years. Predominantly coming from auction blocks.
Yes.
What is your take on that?
That is what I'm saying. The ministry currently is under a very aggressive push to get those blocks operational. They have given a guarantee to the Honorable, Minister and PMO, that out of those 100, another 50 blocks they are going to make operational in this year, by 2026 March.
What's your take on that?
Should get operational. Like in Goa, we are expecting another 3 to 4 in this year.
My point there is more from
face that because of this aggressive auctions, that is not is able to face?
Yes, that is the issue. But that is more concentrated in Orissa. It is actually everywhere, but that is something which will at least 30 to 40% will fall in that category. But majority of them are the steel producer who have taken it. So they normally absorb it in their overall spectrum of that, the product. They're not limited to trading. They go up to building, steel making. So they will absorb that in that. The cost of production will go up, pass to the consumer. So consumer को सरिया ज़्यादा महंगा मिलेगा, वैसा होगा. डंप इसमें नहीं है, लो ग्रेड है थोड़ा, डंप नहीं है, डंप नहीं है.
Sir, if some more doubts are there, let us note it down and we will discuss it during lunch time, sir.
Because we are having
Sir,
transport in that 289.
See, 150 into 1.6 is around 150 plus 90, 240. So 289 minus 240. So roughly around 45 million ton is out. Yeah. In that part, this is a 2024 figure. It varies, changes every year. Thank you. Thanks, Neha.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for your attention.
thank you, sir. Thank you, Sneha.
Thank you.
I trust that all of us have taken note of the key points and now carries a deeper understanding of the legal framework. Now we will proceed with the second presentation, a topic that can define our professional opportunities in coming years. Opportunities doesn't happen, you need to create them. Next topic is bidding for auction of mineral resources by Shri Devendra Alolkar sir and his team. I request sir and his team to please take over.
Good afternoon. Once again, I thank POLYMAAG for giving this opportunity to present this before you. I take off from a nice thought shared by Ramesh Walikar sir, that whatever we learn here remains with us at least till the time we are alive, and thereafter it goes wherever it is. There is a similar thought or similar saying by great Swami Vivekananda. If two of us exchange 1 rupee each one of us have 1 rupee only, right? We have only 1 rupee each. But if we exchange 1 good thought each, both of us have 2 good thoughts. So, with this, I am trying to share my thoughts on this auction scenario, which is going to be so crucial for Goa, which is at the cusp of development now, restarting, or somebody did mention reinventing itself. If you really look at this slide, there is a pivot in the center. You have on the right side the various risks, be it forest, be it mineral being lower than what is mentioned in the GR, the transportation which has been highlighted in the previous presentation. And this is pretty unique to Goa. I don't think most other states have this level of challenge therein. Then you have government coming out with different schemes and taxes and proposals. And on the left side, you have the net intrinsic value of the mineral resource. How much should it really be worth, so that with that revenue share, you balance this contraption. Now, if you give lower revenue share, lower than this side goes down and you are outbidded. Your bid has to be such that it is optimal. Whatever is the value of resource in the ground, it is reflected in your bid, so that a rational bidder will not outcompete you. If it is aggressive, and as unfortunately we have been seeing happening more often than not, and I have several examples both from coal and iron ore side, then you actually tie down your organization and company to the perpetual losses in years to come, maybe 15 years or 50 years, depending on the tenure of your ML. You can't get out of that. You remain tied down to that. And we have seen several examples when groups have gone down. I'm majorly from the coal and power sector, and we had many examples like Tata Power, Mundra, Reliance, Sasan. These kind of aggressively bid projects are suffering in perpetuity for the 25 years tenure of their PPA. I hope this point is well understood, that it is critical to come up with a bid which is matching to the intrinsic value of the resource in the ground, and not be so aggressive that you get it and you carry the troubles for rest of your life. This is a pretty little long session. Some of the slides where people have no interest, we will skip. We start with bidding framework, and thanks to Rajiv ji and his team, they have already covered it pretty elaborately, so we'll quickly rush through that. Then auction process for the participant. I mentioned the participant because I also run auctions, 36 auctions in my power plant tenure for my company. So this is from the perspective of the participants, what you should do, shouldn't do, what you should guard against. The next is do's in mineral resource bidding, what you should do, don'ts in mineral resource bidding. More than the do's, in the current environment, don'ts are very important, very crucial. Then what kind of a biases are getting into bidding and irrationality into bidding, how to again guard against that. That's a list you have there, a ready list. The history of forward auction, so that you know what has happened, what are the different examples, how people have suffered more rather than made more money. Then how do you approach rational bidding, which is what I am harping upon so much. And finally, what are the key takeaways? There is a curious tale of 3 coal blocks, which were auctioned post Supreme Court cancellation of allotment coal blocks in 2014. Government followed auctioning route. The first auction was on absolute premium. People bid very recklessly because there was a massive perception of shortage of coal. Coal India was not able to meet. Sorry, it's in the coal for initial part, but we'll have iron ore also to address this thing. Processes remain the same for both. In the first round, before this revenue share auction came, it was absolute bidding. You bid a premium, rupees per ton, and lot of people, almost everyone burned their fingers in this. Some people are still continuing, very large companies, who can afford to absorb the cost that somebody said, Rajiv ji only said, in their product, who can pass on to. Ultratech is one of them. They are operating one block in Madhya Pradesh. And this revenue share which came, technically, if you look at it, it is one of the best model, because 2 kinds of risks are covered. One is the quality of resource in the ground. Even if there is a difference with respect to the GR, you only pay revenue share based on the actual grade, not on what you assume. In absolute premium, you pay irrespective of the grade and quantity that much money. Here it is based on the grade, you give revenue share. And secondly, if the resource quantity is lower than what has been mentioned in the GR, you don't pay for that much. That way it is a well thought out model. But the bidders have really played a havoc with that. We will have a look at it. The first coal block is what I am quoting here is Shahpur, because that is the one which we at Mohit Minerals in 2020 during COVID days, when I was stuck in my house, we worked on that. And finally it went to our Goa company Chogule at the premium of revenue share of 41%. Currently Chogule have relinquished it and it went for rebidding. This is the underground coal block in Madhya Pradesh. The new bidder who has won this in the new round, Maheshwari Group, they have taken it at the revenue share of 20.25%. And if you see the difference between the two bids is a massive 1418 crore. It's a big amount, isn't it, for a block having reserves of something like 22 million tons. Is a good G8 grade coal, yeah. My question to you would be, did Chogule overbid or did Maheshwari underbid? Since you know Chogule group, anyone would like to hazard a guess at this point of time? And these kind of things are happening everywhere. If no one wants to hazard a guess or what could have gone behind the scene, 1418 crore is a massive, massive amount, right? To lose that over a period of time. And just because the bidding at the block remained the same, no change in boundaries, no change in GR, no change in mechanism, the bidding guidelines remain the same. But this is a kind of mistake that can happen if your basis and assumptions are not in order. The next is Banai Bhalumuda block. This was with NTPC, and for some strange reason NTPC surrendered. The next winning bid was JSW at 43% of revenue share. The large block G11 grade coal. Okay, it's basically for power plant, thermal coal. Then JSW, a private company, blue chip company like JSW, found it not viable and they surrendered. Another company, his brother Navin Jindal, JSW is Sajan Jindal. JPL, Jindal Power Limited, or JSPL is Navin Jindal, they took it at 48% revenue share. And this is another very comical happening. The free block surrendered by government company. Elder brother surrenders at lower premium, younger brother takes it at a higher premium. What could be the reason? And the difference in value between what it would have costed NTPC and Jindal Power is a whopping 71,945 crore. That is the differential value of coal in that block, because size is pretty high. It's about, no, that is extractable. I think it's about 1500 million tons, 1.5 billion ton. 1400, 1500, yeah. That is extractable at the ratio of 60% open cast. Maybe you people can think over if we have some time, I'll come back to these two questions or even the three questions, because unless we think like this, we cannot make very competitive and winning bids, which is winning for the company, not winning in the auction. You bid the moon, you will win the auction. I mean, that's not the intention. The third one is Dongri Tal 2 in Madhya Pradesh. This too has a Goa connection. Initially, it was allotted to Madhya Pradesh State Mining Corporation, and JP, Jai Prakash Group, was behind it. They were to operate that. JP was continuing the development. It went up to, I think, even ML. Okay. Then in 2014, post Supreme Court cancellation, this got deallocated, and then it was allocated to GIDC, our own GIDC, somewhere around 2019. GIDC tried to operationalize that through private party. A company called consultancy firm called Exino Services was trying to run the process. No bidding, no bids were received. Goa surrendered it, gave it back to the Ministry of Coal. Then this party, Mahavir Coal Resources, in fact, he is our vendor only. I know this company. They took it at the revenue share of 24.75%. This is a high grade coal. If it is underground, possible. Open cast with stripping ratio of 16. Okay, huge amount of waste or OB has to be accommodated. Because post winning the bid and after giving all the financial securities of 76 crores, they realized it is not viable. Ministry forfeited that 76 crores financial securities and cancelled the block. Now for this party, 76 crores could have been their net worth itself, because they are a small party. It came again, but there was a single bid. There was and the bidding was annulled because with one bid you can't proceed. I know I have spent more time on these slides but this just about sums up what I am trying to say in the balance slides. One question there, why was Jayaprakash Industries pursuing it? They went right up to ML stage, and had it not been cancelled, they could have operationalized that. These three questions, please flag. I'll provide answers at the end, time permitting. Mineral resources bidding framework, we have, he has already explained. With your permission, I think I'll give it a go. I'll just draw your attention to the proposed and upcoming changes. The auction rules 2015 are being amended to streamline, to reduce timelines, what Rajuji also said. Then second important point which we discussed in the question answer session is, please be aware of linkage to Platts standard. Okay, whatever currently is happening, you have a Goa IBM price, Maharashtra IBM price, All India IBM price. This may become history soon, and whatever misdeclaration and all those things are happening, whether it will continue or not, we have to be very careful, because government is trying to plug the loophole through this linkage to Platts. They did that in coal somewhere around 2018-19. They came out with National Coal Index, okay, to take the royalty, which is a combination of CIL price, CIL auction price, and imported coal price. And this is declared every month. Every month, na Saish? Yeah, every month. Yeah, it's in this thing. So be clear about the changes that are likely to happen when you are getting into bidding. It's not only what it is currently, what are the statutes currently, but what is happening all over the world. The auction flow for the participant, just to clarify, this is not from the bidder's angle. Your first step is block or resource shortlisting. Let's say there are a certain number of blocks, like next round in Goa, it is rumored that about 7 blocks are going to come. So you look at which ones of them you are interested. You are not going to bid for 7, some could, but assuming you are going to shortlist. So what is the logic? Okay, based on availability of needs. The block which has all data available, a good GR, or somewhere where even mine plan is available, you have foolproof data, there is no uncertainty. That should figure in your priority. Where are you going to sell the product from that block? Is it closer to the port that you can export? Is it closer to the end use customer, a sponge iron industry here and there, or a steel plant nearby? Okay, look at that angle. And based on the comfort on the area, like some people will be more comfortable in South Goa than in North Goa when we talk of Goa. Some people are more comfortable in Chhattisgarh and Orissa compared to Jharkhand. So you have to look at that aspect also. So you shortlist from amongst the blocks that are being earmarked for bidding. Okay, you start shortlist and you start more working. Next step is obviously purchase the documents and study the documents. Now this is such a exhaustive exercise that I don't think even Adani or big companies couldn't do it completely with their in-house teams. You have to onboard external advisors, maybe even to bounce back your working or to validate your working, because once you commit, this is the mine life commitment. You can't get out unless you're willing to lose the name and all those securities. So onboard competent service providers. Of course, internally your teams also must work on that, and also monitor those service providers, because for them it is just the fees. For you it is the block sitting on your head, a millstone around your neck. Map the risks and opportunities. What are the and more focus on risk, because I spent my entire life in a corporate professional. I always talk more about risk, because you can't bring down the house by very aggressive and unviable bidding. Time permitting, I'll share our bidding of power plants, L&Ts. how we escaped the misery of losing money. Okay. Then there is a pre-bid meeting. This is a good opportunity to figure out who are the competitors. Maybe try and see if you can get a collaborator there to de-risk your effort, so that some part of the risk you can share with somebody. Of course, the queries listing out, but list out such queries that you don't make the competitor wiser. Okay, to that extent. Other things, you figure out a different way of getting clarifications, and guard against as much as you would be trying to figure out what a competitor is thinking in this initiative. Try and get from some inputs which are useful to you. I assume there are no questions here because it's a fairly straightforward English. Prepare technical and price bids with inputs from your advisors and multiple internal reviews with various scenarios planning. Why scenarios? Because the business environment is never static. Things can keep on changing. Brainstorm as to what are the changes that can happen, that are emerging, that are just about to happen. Nothing like brainstorming to throw up ideas, and the strength and bandwidth of your internal team is very crucial here. Submit bids, of course, standard procedure, and take care of your all bank guarantees, certificates, other documentation that the bid processing company or bid calling company has asked for. And if you are qualified, if your IPO falls in that 50% bracket, then please determine your walkaway price. With interaction at the highest levels in the organization. Involve your CFO. The finance guys normally will tell you a lot of problems. The legal guys will tell you a lot of problems. Listen to them, and wherever required, and if there are no mitigation measures available, factor that in. Before you get into the war room and start bidding, okay, please determine your walkaway price. And that's very important. Choose venue with good connectivity, because there are cases where the connection has snapped and either one has lost opportunity or it has gone into disputes. Post bidding, if you are the preferred bidder, please start reaching out to your service providers during operation service providers, and reconfirm their commitment to you, and that they are there with you with the assumptions or with the commitments what they had given via bidding. You constitute an implementation team, get a buy-in from the team, and once you start receiving LOI, study it. LOI is probably one of the last chance to raise the red flags if there are any, because in bidding some representations made are general type. When you come to the specific documents, they get converted into specific. There are examples that what you assumed in bidding, that this is what he is implying, and when you come to the binding agreement, contract and all, there could be a difference, there could be a slip between cup and a lip, and these are binding agreements. You can't just get out of it. And if there is some difference, there is this thing, it's better to represent and try to resolve it before signing on the dotted line, and later on approaching arbitrators and courts and all and trying to resolve the problems. Who is the preferred bidder? This is the term which is coming in recent times. Now we come to that guide, do's and don'ts. Timely purchase of document. Let's say we have, the norms are giving you a lot of time from the issue of NIT till purchase of documents. But typically what you do is you consume all that time, and the last moment, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before that, you purchase the document and then start pressurizing your service providers or the internal team. This is a very common thing. We have been doing it since 2020 for maybe few dozen times. Careful study of the bid document. Each and every word has to be told, because I'll tell you one case in our power plant where I was posted for 6 years. The PPA had coal cost was to be reimbursed by the DISCOM, distribution company, to whom the power was supplied. So huge bill of about 4,500 crores per year. The PPA had one word, coal cost delivered to the plant and delivered at the plant. For these two words, we had to go right up to Supreme Court. First at regulator, multiple hearing, then at appellate tribunal for electricity. Both the places we lost, and the value at stake was about 1,200 crores for that period. Okay. Then luckily in Supreme Court, they took a rational view as per us, and we got that money back. The fight was on delivered to the plant and delivered at the plant. The opposite party was saying delivered to the plant means you took the delivery in the mines 1,500 kilometers away in Korba. So whatever losses during transportation, railway or in the plant or during handling and all, to your account. And the way you are measuring the calorific value, that also is a measure. If it is delivered at the plant, all these parameters to be tested at the plant, and all those losses are not there. Finally, luckily, Supreme Court took the view that at is between the two. It appeared at two places. The intent is it has to be at the plant because DISCOM was supposed to give you coal, and our viewer, like those chakkiwala bhaiya, convert that coal into power and supply them power and take money for converting the coal. So this kind of, no one would have imagined, we would have studied that PPA a number of times. PPA is power purchase agreement, okay. So these kind of a small errors, and which are not so easy to detect at when you are, once you win the bid, you are happy that you are a winner, and your mind is focused on putting up the project and running the project. So but to avoid future misery, this is required to be done. Assess the economics and assess economic viability and bid value. I am assume some of you who are attentive would have read through that. Participate in the pre-bid meeting. This is repeating. It's basically you get lot of lateral learning. Some questions the risk people are highlighting, and you of course can look at opportunities for collaborating and de-risking yourself. Try and pass through the risk with a back-to-back contract with the service provider. If something is on, let's say, on transit loss from mine to the jetty, make the transporter really responsible for that. We are going to pay you so much for whatever is delivered to the jetty, or for the barge owner delivered to the mother vessel, that kind of a thing. That's the way you can pass through some of the risk. Effective archival system is to learn from your previous efforts so that you archive the data. Otherwise, every bid, we start reinventing the wheel, and it happens in many organizations. Keep qualifying requirement backups ready because you don't have much time closer to the bid submission date. All those net worth certificate, turnover certificates. Once again, I am highlighting here, a realistic walkaway price is one of the most important aspects of bidding. Then adequately factor in the timeline and cost. We have seen most of the projects are getting delayed because you assume they give 2 years for FC or whatever. You simply take that. Look at what has happened with the blocks which have been developed in the past. If average has been 5 years, there is no reason that you can do it. There is no possibility that you can do it in 2 years. Don't take such wishful basis. Understand revenue sharing obligations, because 20% of low grade and 20% of high grade, the number is not the same. The prices go up exponentially if the grade of the mineral is very high. And there are people who that is 20%, he has got at 20%. For a high grade, you bid the same. The amount you lose is very high because mining cost and transportation cost, whether you mine high grade or low grade, they remain the same. But your revenue share can go through the roof. Assess the price trend projections. Okay, whatever you are committing to give to the government through revenue share, whether your price forecast in the market will support that. This is basically Don's little bit of complementary to the earlier this thing. Don't bid blindly. Please evaluate. There are some people whom I know go into the bidding. Whatever other fellow put, I will outbid him. Okay, that is so. I think in most recent cases, it seems to be this thing. Don't do that. Please evaluate scientifically. Avoid herd mentality. If he is going after that, and herd mentality is one of the most common bias. If he is finding it good, then it must be good. Need not be. Don't underestimate the risk and avoid wishful thinking that this will happen this way only. ESG issues is a very, very new big elephant in the room. You have wildlife sanctuaries, you have animal corridors, you have whatnot, all those going there. Emerging trend, this is the third time or fourth time I am talking about these flats. Iron ore, please be sensitive to this. And exit restrictions. Suppose despite all these precautions, you have to run away from the project. What is that you are going to lose other than your brand and this thing? Like that fellow lost 76 crores, his entire net worth. Even blue chip companies have lost in Orissa close to 100 or in excess of 100 crore. I'll not name it. Yeah. So you look at that. If you really, despite all these precautions, if you really give up, what are the implications in terms of money and other? You could be barred from bidding in a particular state or for a particular process. Look at all that. Don't violate confidentiality requirement, because we Indians are very casual about sharing even confidential information. Some of the players are quite sensitive about this. Don't share your strategy with the competitor, but try and learn about their strategy if it is possible. Don't underestimate the competition. Sometimes you think, this block is ours, so whatever I put, I will get it. There may be other people who have better working, because his end use plant could be closer than you. So it makes sense for him. And please carry out due diligence before bidding of the target where you are bidding, whether there are some litigations, whether they have some running problem with the previous people who were settled around that place or other companies. Factor that in. Now we will look at I'll again quickly go through this. Unviable or aggressive bids. One is overconfidence. Then anchoring effect. Anchoring effect means if in the previous round for this particular grade, this amount has been bid or this revenue share has been bid, I will play around that. Need not be. Please evaluate from ground up. What is it that makes sense to you? Who is your customer? For him, the customer may be the next door. For him, it may be the captive consumption, anything. So the value that previous winning bidder had put need not be the right reference for you. That's called anchoring effect. Herd behavior we have discussed. The endowment effect, I had heard about this in related to round 1 or round 2 here, first or second phase. One fellow said, this is my block and come what may, I will take it at any price. And I think that person he took it, because if you really go bid through the roof, you will win the bid. It is simple, straightforward. Now he is struggling with that and toying whether to surrender or to operationalize. Time pressure is you consume all the time, preparation time. Time pressure, two types. One is preparing the bid. You don't have enough time to give to your consultants and internal team. Other time is when you are in the war room, bidding room, if you haven't decided your walk-away price under the pressure and with that incremental bidding that is happening, every time you think I have to only give 0.5% more, but you have already given 100%, that you don't realize. So that incremental thinking, because of time pressure, is another thing where you can really bid aggressively. Confirmation bias, meaning you only factor in the information or data that you know. Whatever you believe, whatever you don't believe, you ignore it, even if it is a risk. Misreading competitors, sunk cost fallacy. I have already done so much in this. I have so much of equipment. Already I have to utilize that. So let me bid very aggressively, avoid that. Availability bias is another thing. The first advisor would always have it. Basically what happens is there are some resources where no information is there. So you think there is no problem with that block, whereas there is another block which has, let's say, so many faults or such a high stripping ratio. Information is available. So because with the second block, no information is available, doesn't mean there are no problems. There could be much, much more problems than this block where information is available. That is availability bias. And lastly, the FOMO. There would be many more. They have got it. My neighbors have got so many blocks. I haven't got. So this round, I must get one. So this is fear of missing out. All the things, yeah. General safeguard, separate valuation and implementation team, or bidding team, sorry, because valuation should be done at arm's length. The bidding, give them walkaway price, and below that, whatever base they can get, let them get it. Educate the bidding team on biases through videos, mock sessions, lectures. Determine walkaway bid well in advance. This I have said, I think, for the 5th time. Post-bidding debriefs with video recording of your war room. What did you do? So that the next time it becomes a learning exercise for that. I think I have taken a lot of time. I will just go through this. We have first slide. I did talk about what has been the happening in terms of surrender and all. There are more examples here. This is more common than what you imagine. Bid aggressively, bid without preparation, bid without evaluation, and then you regret at leisure, surrender or walk away. This tells about the coal. There are 12 tranches after this revenue share model. Many times the blocks were left unsold. Unsold means less than 2 bids. Okay. They came again they remain unsold. So there is no need to, at least for coal, there is no need for desperation. I would say the same thing for iron ore. There are, I think, how many? 150 leases in Goa? Okay, and this 20 million tons cap also at some point of time will have to go away, will have to get upgraded. So don't be desperate that if I don't get in this round, and so I'll bid anything and everything and outcompete those absolutely irrational and aggressive bidders. You are only hurting yourself. This is history of Goan bid, Udda block at 125.30%, Chogules block, very nice block. We also had participated, but we were way off this. Okay, during lunchtime we can have a nice discussion on the viability of these blocks. Mr. Coelho is smiling. Okay, and look at the actual timeline that these people have taken in the months to get FC. These were running mines. Okay, and if you go to other states, you will get blocks which are virgin, basically the CL kind of a blocks where we are also bidding currently. Look at these timelines, look at the history. History repeats itself. What happened 50 years back will happen now also. It's never that this time is different, is not valid all the time. This is roughly the elements of scientific evaluation of the block or proper. Study block details, geology, mining, financial assumptions, financial assessment, returns and net present value, and financial statement, sensitivity. Sensitivity is one that I would really again urge every one of you to look at very carefully, and we will look at some of those examples. This is the way we used to evaluate blocks with the help of the consultant. This is a few slides have been put here. You do the location basically to determine evacuation, RNR issues in that areas. Site visits are a must. You can't sit in corporate office and submit the bid, because site visits will tell you a lot of things about that area. This is cash flow. I'll go this thing. This is the seams. It's not that you have 20 seams, that all 20 seams you can mine. Some may be very thin, some may be too deep. All that study is essential. That number, the gross number what GR mentions, has no value. Then this is financial. Then you come to the production cost, all those elements. This is NCI, what I was talking about. Now this is a scenario planning in one of the bidding that we had done. We had option of considering CIL price as our sale price. The next was CIL plus premium of 30%, and then NCI price. NCI is National Coal Index. Look at the numbers: 2769, 3508, and 4017. The prices differ a lot. Now your returns, net present value or internal rate of return or return on equity, could differ dramatically based on the call you take on these numbers, that sale price numbers. Now this is sensitivity analysis with a selling price of 3993. See, these numbers are not of the same resource. I have deliberately mixed and matched, because otherwise it will mean we are sharing confidential information. I didn't want to get into that. When you consider selling price of 3993, at 5% revenue share, your net present value of the equity holders is 314 crores. At 20%, it is 177. At 50%, it is minus 120 crore. So if you are thinking that you will be able to sell the coal at, let's say, 4,000 rupees a ton, okay, then your revenue share could be between 20 and 50, okay, depending on what IRR you are comfortable with. Because at 20 it is 21%, at no, not 50, it's much less than 50. 50 you are practically what we call loss, yeah. Now if you have 5% revenue share, then your selling price has to be above 3,000 rupees. Only if you get that, you can go for 5% revenue share. Typically this 5% are baseline revenue share. The study that you have to carry out, your consultant or finance team in the company will do all this regularly. Finally, the takeaways, we come to this thing. First is avoid aggressive bidding, because that has been the why I'm harping upon this is, in Goa context, in my limited understanding, this has been the major problem. And what it is leading to, surrender and forfeiture. We may come to that stage in time to come. It's already, even in iron ore, is happening in Orissa and all. Coal, it has happened in dozens of cases, okay, because coal bidding started from 2014 onwards, and many, many more blocks were put for auction. There are a number of coal blocks in India. Limited margins, building pressure in the organization, unhappy employees. Now, if your business is likely to lose money, the top management or owners snaps at everyone. They want to, save cost everywhere. Consequently, the atmosphere in the company is not conducive for building a career. Some of you might have experienced, or the time before this auction, the period before the auction, you would believe that was much better than the blocks which are being operated or trying to get operated post-auction. The pressure comes on the employees, pressure comes on the owners. The external people are going to keep on demanding their pound of flesh. They don't care whether you bid 100% premium, 125% premium, or 25% premium. They want their pound of flesh, and they know how to get it because of the political affiliations and involvement. Delays in development penalties. Please note the norms what government gives are highly theoretical. They may say, we will have a single window and advisor like KPMG to guide you through. They can do nothing for this FCEC and those kind of issues. Finally, winner's curse. In forward bidding, normally, invariably, winner's curse is at play. Personally, I feel, because I ran up personally, individually, about 36 bidding processes with combination of bids in sealed envelope, then negotiate with this, and towards the end on the forward auction. I think sealed envelope bids have their own advantages, that the bidding is always rational, provided you avoid cartelization. Okay. So the winner's curse, I am sure some of you would have heard, that whoever wins the bid, he always regrets because he has paid more price. Barring the first bid in Goa possibly, which went at what, 35% in Goa, that 57, okay. Most other bids will experience this winner's curse. You win the bid, you curse your luck, why did I win this? Invariably in forward auction, this is the issue if there is too much of competition or too much of this herd mentality and irrationality. Carry out scientific evaluation. I have already said that. I have shared that slide also with you, because that is very important. That is the only way you can avoid all this irrational and can determine your walk-away price with confidence. Avoid irrational assumptions and biases. This again we have this thing. Finally, one last message. Don't bet the future of your company in the casino-like way. I hope people are aware that whoever goes with money in the casino, he deposits everything there and comes back with zero. I don't think anyone is ever winning. I have never been to, but that's what I hear. So don't bet the future of your group and company the casino way. Thank you for your attention. And if somebody is wanting to answer those questions, I am all game.
One question I have. Now, in most of the cases, especially in virgin areas, you have to depend on, because you are taking block for the ore, and whatever assessments given are from the government side. Now, supposing if it after taking the bid, supposing you find later on, at later date you find that whatever results are given are not matching this, then what safeguards are there for the bidder?
You are talking of CL blocks or ML blocks?
No, mining ML block.
ML block.
Yeah.
Normally you have a GR. Okay, geological report prepared by GSI or for coal CMPDI is there. So you depend on that. Now, if the actual thing is different than what it is, that hard luck, you have no option. You can't revise the bid.
Because the method what they are using, area of influence and very limited.
And there's a huge risk in this. There's a huge risk.
So what safeguards are there?
Your own due diligence. There's no other safeguard. You cannot revise your bid. You cannot. If you surrender, you lose all your financial coverages. They will bar you from certain processes.
Just to add here. This is a genuine point being faced by the current bidders. Now, mineral evidence rule provides for the GR to be very accurate in terms of assessment. So there is a very highly unlikely scenario where this may arise, but it has arisen in cases. Yeah, cases. So recently when we had a meeting with the minister, this was one of the points that the way your focus is to bring people in for getting the bid, you also provide for exit. An exit to the LOI holders, not exit to the people who are already taken the mine and then transferring it. So exit on two counts. One is to give it to somebody, sell it to somebody, that मेरे को टोपी पहना दिया, अभी मैं किसी और को पहना दूँ. दूसरा, I surrender it. So अभी वो process नहीं है जो साहब बोल रहे हैं. You have to rely on your diligence and you are subjected to all the risks, and it is completely on their side. I mean, the terms and conditions are completely on the side of the lessor. Lessee is at a complete risk.
So therefore, what has been brought in this presentation, the diligence is the key. But it is in the anvil of changing that scenario. So.
But then proper detailed exploration you can't take up, no? Whatever exploration they have done, that is very limited. And they use area of influence methods and all that.
But there is a little tricky issue. Lot of times unsustainable bid participations are being the real reason, but surrender is being done in the name of no resource. That is the only 2-3 cases I have seen. They have gone on to an unsustainable level, but they say that it is not having enough resource and they surrender it. But for genuine cases, they will come out with some exit policy. Yes, yeah. 275%, 247%, we have seen that.
Yeah, what he mentioned is, one of course is you surrender and cut down your losses, right? That is, instead of losing 1432 crores during the life of the mine, you lose 76 crores now, whatever it is. That's one way.
There can be discrepancy in quality as well as quantity.
Yes.
So both things are possible.
You have to look at who has prepared the GR. Now, our experience from coal is CMPDL generally is better. GSI is still little better. If it is MECL prepared, I hope there is no MECL guy here, then you have to be a little more cautious. If it is prepared by some private parties, historically they have carried out, claim to have carried out exploration and something has been prepared, maybe for iron or coal, it hasn't happened so far. You better be careful and better not get into such a thing. So it all depends, a part of your risk assessment and gradation there too. But what Rajiv ji is saying, even if such a exit is provided, it will be misused left and right. People who are surrendering now, they have bid aggressively. It is not because of any fundamental error in the GR, geological report, not so much. You have not carried out, you bid, you went bonkers during bidding or otherwise, or you had some different intention. It's more because of that. Even then, normally through legal cases and people escape and try to safeguard. Anil Ambani managed to safeguard his huge bank guarantee in Krishnapatnam UMPP, although he bidded very aggressively. We were L2 bidder there. Luckily, thank God we didn't become, L&T didn't become winning bidder. Otherwise, we would have probably taken down the entire company. Now sometimes, I mean, wherever in these cases, Sasan we didn't win, Mundra we didn't win, Krishnapatnam we didn't win, and now we are very happy about it. The plant where I was there for 6 years, we were cursing our luck for having won that bid. But then we managed to at least service the debt, though not make much money for L&T, at least not get into losses through, very efficient working and lot of legal recourse processes and all. Sorry? You are smiling. Rhetorical question, right? But dummy bidders meaning you will have to give all those financial coverages, and they are substantial in crores. Yeah. You have to have net worth which is in, like for CL now minimum they have said is 25 crores for composite license.
Frankly speaking, for last 25 years also we were hearing that Goa's reserves are going to exhaust, but still it is there, we are now auctioning also.
Yeah. True.
Okay, sir.
That you have to also thank Supreme Court for that.
Thank you, sir. Hope you have now greater clarity on the intricate process of mineral block auctioning, one of the most pressing and consequential topic of the time. Let us now move towards our third presentation, a technology-focused session on hybrid screener and crushers, which will be presented by team of CSP Solutions Private Limited. I request the team to please take over. I also request our committee members to welcome them with flowers. Babaji. CEO, Business Head of CSP Solutions Private Limited, Sir Usama Javed, a leader with plus 16 years of expertise in crushing, mining, and rock processing industry, blending technical engineering knowledge with strategic business acumen. He is a mechanical engineer graduate of Aligarh College of Engineering. He has worked with Xtech and Sandvik, mastering the business development, application, and innovative equipment tailored to client need and optimization of mobile and stationary crushing plants. Global business development from greenfield plant setup in Gulf, that is Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman, etc., and Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, and in India. Delivering efficiency in iron ore, gypsum, limestone, bauxite, chrome, and more.
Thank you for such a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
So, presently it's an honor to be here today with the esteemed members of Polytechnic Mining Association, Alumni Association of Goa, and thank you for this warm welcome to bringing us together on this to celebrate Independence Day and to share our history and future. I personally welcome our honorable chief guest, Mr. Ramesh Walikar, our guest of honors, Mr. Rajiv and Mr. Devendra Arorkar. And thank you, Jayesh ji, the team POLYMAAG, for providing us this platform to present ourselves. So one thing is, today is Independence Day. Happy Independence Day to you all. And another thing, to be in engineering college, it's itself is a fire inside. You feel so energetic that this is the place where you have started your career, you have started your technical journey, and then to be again in this college, it's really means I really love it. So just to give you a brief introduction about the company. This is CSB, Crushing, Screening and Beneficiation. I myself, Usama Javed, I have 16 years of experience in this field, and basically we have done plenty of operations in Gulf, plenty of operations in Africa and in India also. And this company basically started with the Xtech. So introduction to CSB is like there's a man behind this CSB organization. You probably, most of you know him. This is Mr. Swapan Das. He is the managing director of our company. He is a father figure guiding everybody like a family, and we are just following his footprints. He is the graduate from IIT Delhi. He has 40 plus years of experience in rock processing, and mostly he is the one who brought mobile crushing plants in India, especially started from Goa, from Karnataka, from Odisha. Earlier he was the head of production and product development in Swidala, a global manufacturing equipment company. Then he was a consultant also in Greaves. And then in 2003, he formed this Xtech India Private Limited, and in 2007 emerged as CSB Solutions Private Limited. Now, when I say CSB, his mission is to be the most trusted global partner for innovative business solution and make niche products in mineral processing to solve customer problems. Now, it includes everything. Like, we are not a company who sells what we have it. We wanted to give solution what currently the customers require. Now, when I say CSB, most of you may not know this name, but when I present this picture, everybody must know that this is the machine who has started the journey in iron ore, especially the screening in Goa. This is Xtech Screens and Crushers Private Limited. So we are the first one in 2003. We launched this machine, and it changes the scenario of screening and mobile crushing in iron ore, specifically in Goa. So in 2007, we have 250 plus plants sold pan-India, in which maximum plants are in Goa. It was 70 plus plants in Goa. And our Rajiv sir is also there. So Fomento is one of our leading customer and client. They have 30 plus machines of ours. In 2007, this group merged with Sandvik. And later on, all the plants converted into Sandvik, and they came as a Sandvik machines. So till 2018, we have crossed 500 plus plants. We are maintaining it. We have a team who can run and operate, and on pan-India level. So our mission is, we collaborate with clients to solve complex business challenges with expertise. The best make customized product to solve customer problem. Now, presently, CSB came into manufacturing of crushers and screening plants. We have our own factory set up in Haryana. We provide sales of a new manufactured equipments. We provide customized solutions to mines and to customers, to contractors. We take complete running and operation of maintenance of crushers and screens and produce end products. We also have a large population of X-Tech machines in India, especially in Goa and Odisha and Karnataka. And when I say Goa, because Goa mining was slowed down in 2012, 2013. So a lot of machines we have refurbished and moved to the different sectors of iron ore. So still we are doing that business. We are taking up the old machines and we are refurbishing that machines. And of course, another section is selling of spare parts. Now, this is the game changer, the flagship machine of our product. We call it Duino hybrid screen plant. Now the name Duino is one is it is in Make in India. Second, Dui means two. So Duino, it's a Latin word names twin. So this is the screen which is having a two screen boxes, and we screen it at a different amplitude, different frequency, and we can have the modulation in fine screening and coarse screening with two different screen boxes. One thing, this is completely hybrid. You can run it with diesel. Since the machine, since the diesel is getting expensive, you can run it with electricity. You don't have to use the engine. And third, if there is no electricity, there is no engine, then you can run it with the generator as well. So this is the type of screen boxes you have. You have multiple angles. You can set it as per the requirement of the material. If the material is wet, you have the lower angle. If the material is dry, you have the higher angle. And this is the grid. The grid is also a 2-deck. Means you can have the separations of coarser material, the big material, and also the down 80 mm material, which will directly go into the screen boxes and have the finer screening. Now, when I ask screening, most of the people, they think that crushing is the difficult part. No, crushing is not the difficult part. Crushing is the science. It means you put material, you crush it, it will happen. But the most typical thing is screening. Screening is not a science, screening is an art. Means you can have the expensive crusher, you can crush down the things, but at the end, if you're not screening into proper segregations of the required material, the proper sizes, then everything is dumped off. So we focused more on screening. 70%, 80% is our team is specialized on screening. We segregate, separate. There are low speed screening, high speed screenings, circular motions, elliptical motions, inclined, horizontal, overhead drive, center drive. Now, when there are so many of screenings, so we picked up the most commonly used depending upon the Indian mining system and all. So we have divided this into two main screening. One is fine screening, another one is coarse screening. And we took these two screen boxes and put it on a single machine. So this is how our machines look like. So one screen box, the first one, is basically for the fine screening, where you have 80% of the fines, it is coming out from the first screen box. You have multiple angles, you have high RPMs, 1250 RPMs, and it's a omni screen, like a banana shape screen. So you have lesser clogging. And second screen is basically a smooth coarse screening, where most of these fine particles have already been screened. So the sticky ones, they need bigger G-force and bigger amplitude. So that second screening is specialized in coarse screening. So these are two screen boxes with two independent drives. Then a large screening area. The first screen box is specialized in fine extracting, and second one is coarse screening. And this, why I have mentioned cross 2,500 hours. This was our machine which we have put in iron ore block. It has crossed 2,500 hours without any problem, not even a single breakdown. So it's a big thing for us that we have produced our machine, and we have launched it, and it is now running effluently. The next one in line is the jaw crusher. That is also a hybrid. Means you have an option of drop off engine. You can remove the engine and keep it aside. There will be no fine going into the engine. There will be no maintenance issues. And this acts as a stationary crusher. So you have a combination of mobile crushing as well as stationary crushing. You can take it into the mines. You can remove the engine, keep it aside. You align 3-4 machines together and run it with a single power source or a single generator or a single big engine. Now we have out of the so many jaw crushers, we picked the two ones. One is the idle 1060 by 700, which can take up to feed up to 650 mm and a capacity of 4000. And another one is for a small secondary crushing, where the feed size is 210 mm. So you have more output. Instead of using the different type of crushers, you can have the jaw crusher for primary and secondary as well. Now this is another machine which we have done a lot of engineering on it. This machine is a cone crusher with onboard 3-deck screens. Now it has lot of options depending upon the terrain, depending upon the mine strata, and depending upon the requirement what you are going to do. The feed size can vary 40 mm to 185 mm, and it has option of 2-deck screens. It has option of 3-deck screens. It has option of recirculating conveyor. It has option of without recirculating conveyor. Means you can have 3 products, you can have 4 products, you can have even single product. This machine is specialized for fine screening. You can put -40, -80 mm, and a single go you can produce -5, -10, and rest of the product is recirculating back without any material handling. Another 2 products which will come up later on this year by the end of November and December. These are 2 scalping screens. One is a small one and one is large one, 3-deck. Now the difference between a scalping screen and a product screen is where you can use directly ROM feeding on this. It has a high heavy duty apron feed. It doesn't have a belt feeder. So you can put 500 mm, 600 mm material on the feeder, and it will screen out the -40, -10 mm, -5 mm, and the bigger particle directly goes into the crusher. So you don't have to pick it up, make the transportation, put it again into the feeding hopper, or utilize your dumpers and excavators. You can directly have the combinations of crushers, and you can have the final product in one go. Now, the market coverage is basically our 80% coverage is iron ore mines. We are heading into aggregate projects as well for the infrastructures. Another very important this thing is solid waste management. So we are going into this municipal waste segregation as well. We have set up like 5-6 machines in solid waste management. We can also provide material handling and automation with the stackers and with the automated technologies to directly dump into the barges, directly dump into the dumpers. And also now the most of the grades are going down the iron ore. So we have a pilot plant for 75 to 80 TPH who can upgrade the ore beneficiation. So we as a CSB, we take complete project calculation. We do consulting in crushing and screening bidding processes. We make complete process flow and flow sheet calculations. We take operation maintenance, ROI cost analysis. We provide equipment and we manufacture equipment and we provide equipment selection and arrangement. The technical manpower and deputation at sites. Running operation maintenance with complete assured targets. We have our in-house design team who can sit with the customers, who can design the customized products. We have a supply chain management in Haryana. We have vendors who manufacture as per the requirement of our factory. We have production plans in the factory manager and factory team who give you the timeline that in the limited timeline we will complete this project. Then we have a logistic team who can deliver it smoothly. Then sales and marketing team. In north we are based at Haryana and Delhi. In east we have an office and warehouse with the sales team and the spare parts division and service team in Odisha. In south we have Karnataka and west in Goa. Goa we have office in Sakli, but it is non-operational till 2017. We have closed down, but we are now reopening that. And technical team we have based at all the 4-5 places in north Gurgaon, Haryana, and in west we have in south we have Karnataka and east in Odisha. Now when I say customization of plant with different applications, we go to the site, we take the samples, we test it, we make the flow sheets, and we provide the inflow and outflow of products, how it is going to be. And the best part about mobile crushers is they are like Lego toys. You can set it as per your need. They are not like stationary that once it is fixed, it is fixed. So you always have an alternate option of changing crushers from one point to another point, screening from one point to another point, and produce as per your requirement. This gentleman, Mr. Sangram Kishore Barik, he is our head aftermarket and product development. He is together with me, and he has 22 years of crushing and screening experience. Worked with various aggregate and iron ore mines with L&T, Mr. Mikey Japanese, Keystrak, Aztec. So he is leading our aftermarket in pan-India basis. Then there is another gentleman, John Evnes. He is half Goan, half Karnataka. He is sitting on here. So he has spent 7 years in Goa, and after 2017, when Goa is non-operational, so we have shifted him to Karnataka, but he is on and off, coming and going. So he is taking care of complete business activities and also the service activities in this region. See, this is a photo of 2017 and 2007, and it's Fomento mines. This photo will tell you that even in the past 17, 18 years back, how we have arranged the crushers and screens to which I was telling you is like a Lego toy. So this is a jaw crusher where the side conveyor natural fines is coming down into this stacker. It is going into the screener. Then from jaw crushed product is going into the cone crusher. From cone crusher feeder it is going and crushing and coming out and again going into the screener. From screener the oversize is coming back to crusher. And only the 010 and 1040 product is outcoming. So this is how you arrange and this is the beauty of mobile plants. So we do provide a stationary solution as well, but we always prefer to be on the mobile side. This is some of the remarkable handling we have done. We have transported 5 crushers in a barge to Amazon, Brazil, from here. And this is due to this gentleman, Sangram, and his team in 2009. And still today, in 2021, we are delivering the same thing. This is 22 meters long. And this is 64 tons. We have lifted it up and put it into the ship from this Mumbai port. So we are still doing the same process, same everything from past 20 years. So this our USP is we make hybrid plants that can run with mounted engine, run with generator, and run with direct electricity, like this. Second is engine drop-off unit. Now this is specifically, this feature in screens nobody is giving it. It provides you dust-free running of engines. And there is another thing, if engine breaks down, the machine stops. But in this case, you always have an option, you can drop down the engine guy will come and repair the engine, but you have your machine running through the external sources. So that is why we kept this in screening. Twin screen boxes, only we have it. It is a high-speed screening, 2 independent drives, different speed and amplitude, reverse screening. Then nowadays, sir has said that we have to grow as per the technology and everything. So now we have an interactive panel where you can interact with the machine through touch screen and buttons. We have tracker applications. Your machine is working out here and you can track back in US, in America or anywhere where you have the internet facility. Then weighing application, whatever material you are putting inside the screen and coming out of the screen, you have the calculation on your mobile, on your laptop. Then remote service support. Now this is a very important feature we have added in our machine. If your machine is breakdown in Goa or elsewhere, we can monitor it from sitting in our Gurgaon office, and we can completely reinstall the software and we can repair it on remotely basis. So CSB is providing one-stop solution for sales team with application support, customer support with customized product, after-sales service support, operation maintenance with guaranteed results. And these are our client bases. So we have we have sold 600 plus screen plants, and we have majorly into the iron ore sector. So I request you all that you kindly, if there is any question, you kindly come up, and also you just remember us whenever there is a requirement. So, thank you. We see impact crusher, there is a very limited application, and especially it worked in Goa premises only. So we are coming up with new solutions in which like impactor, you have 28 to 30% of fine generation. But we are working on a track factor. It's a new thing which can produce up to 70% of fines in one go. So we are not focused on impactor. We are going one step ahead of that right now.
What is the safety appliances you are incorporated in the screening plan?
Sir, safety.
And second question, major problem in Goa, we are facing this noise pollution.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Noise pollution, dust pollution. What are the precautions you have taken for?
Sir, for safety, we have added 7 safety switches and all the rotating rollers and conveyors. Then guards on the head conveyors and bottom conveyors so that nobody can put the hand.
I have not seen any guard in the what you have shown there.
No, sir. I have only shown the model image, not the site image. So guards will be there because DGMS is very strict, I know. And we have incorporated a small fire extinguisher. And for dust, we have given a sprinkling system and also an additional small, very small airflow projector, water flow projector at the fines conveyor where the most of the fine generation is coming up.
What about noise? Noise.
Noise, the engine mounted is inside the soundproof canopy. And also you can remove that engine and keep it aside so that there will be no noise in the premises of the machine working. And also once we are running it with electricity, there is zero emission, zero noise.
Okay, just now started 2-3 months, but we are getting some complaint from the villagers also due to this noise pollution, whatever they are using machinery, no? That due to that noise, they are not getting any sleep.
No, sir.
Okay.
Ours is 8 dB.
Okay.
8 dB. No, it is inside the canopy. Two canopies are there. No, crushing the engine. What engine is making sound? We have separated out the engine inside the soundproof canopy. Operational, but operational even in the premises 20 dB is the maximum what you hear in the crushing sound. That is the maximum. Yes. Sir, dropping chutes, we have incorporated it, but what happened usually when it goes to the side, they remove it. So we have put the nozzle sprinkling after the screens, so that whatever fines is, because fines एक ही कन्वेयर में होता है जहाँ पे सादा निकलता है, कोर्स में उतना डस्ट नहीं होता, तो फाइन कन्वेयर में आफ्टर स्क्रीनिंग we have put the nozzle and also one small airflow projector. It's dynamic. Sir, see, if there are two ways. One is if you take the hydraulic circuit, you can adjust it on the PVG block, where you can adjust the flow of the hydraulic. Another one, if you are taking the frequency of the this thing.
Can I answer? Sorry, thank you for the opportunity. Actually, sir, regarding this RPM and also this stroke, we have actually implemented in a Howdley circuit, we have implemented PVG. Previously, we use sectional valves in hydraulic circuit. Now we have completed in PVG circuit. PVG circuits have actually advantage that it is working in PWM coils. Okay, sir. So we have actually regulated this from your PLC. We have put one actually plus minus switches. We just regulate this. We will increase the RPM. After increase the RPM, amplitude is set by crushers, screens, counterweight. So this is the physically, but RPM is controlled by from your PBG. PBG from the electronics PLC. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No electric switch. Because this is actually in your this motion is in hydraulic motion, sir. So this is the actually hydraulic motion. We have not permitted in to implement this all the things, sir. And also in safety, sir.
Sir.
This double leg screen.
Yes.
Two screens.
Yes.
So suppose we take the same capacity, single screen.
The old conventional method and this one. What is the effect on the, because you are using 2 drives, right?
Yes, 2 drives.
So what is the effect on the fuel consumption?
Sir, fuel consumption in this one is less because now the technology, earlier it was driven by a hydraulic pump. The engine is mounted directly with the hydraulic pump. An engine has to have a 2,000 or 2,200 RPM to provide sufficient hydraulic pressure to move the machine. But now in this scenario, we are using hybrid. Engine is coupled with the alternator, where engine is synchronized at 1500 RPM. And that is sufficient to produce current. So all the drives are electric. So only the current is running the electric drives.
Okay. So you've done any study like consumption?
Yes. Consumption has gone down to 30%. Means earlier it was consuming 14-15 liters. Now it is consuming 10 liters.
In spite of 2 drives.
In spite of 2 drives.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Hope everybody has grasped the knowledge about this new hybrid technology. As it is said, best way to predict the future is to invent it. Screening and crushing is the backbone of mining activity as it deals with final output quality. I request our president to please offer a memento as token of appreciation and goodwill from POLYMAAG.
To move, I have to.
Sir. Usman sir. Thank you, sir. Let us now quickly move towards our 4th presentation on Introduction to Electronic Detonators, a technical highlight which will be delivered by our own member, Mr. Mahesh Bongale, a seasoned expert in blasting techniques. Request Mahesh to please take over.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's lunchtime, 2 o'clock. I'll move very fast. This subject is given to me by the committee. This electronic detonator is not a new thing in India. Commercially, it started in somewhere 2000 or 2002. But now it has become compulsory because the Department of Explosives has stopped the production of electric detonators. In fact, that process was started in 2022. It took 3 years. And it has become a compulsory now. Everybody has to use the electronic detonator for initiation purpose. So I'll finish it very fast. So what is electronic detonator? Basically, or what is a detonator? Detonator is a initiating system to explode the explosives or explosive material. This is all we know. Then what are the different types of initiation system? Basically, we can differentiate in 2 types, electric and non-electric. In electric, there is a delay or instantaneous. In non-electric, it is ordinary detonator, detonating cord, and shock tube. Just a diagram of electric detonator, how it we all know. And there are lead wires, then there is a igniter, then there is a delay. If it is a delay detonator, prime charge, base charge. Now, electronic delay and normal hour delays along with the ordinary detonator and safety fuse. We can see the diagram. you don't find much difference. Difference is only in the capacitor and the chip. Otherwise, there is a base charge, there is a primer charge, there is a igniter, except the capacitor and the chip. This is a new technology for mining purpose. Initiation is electronic initiation system, and it is replacement to the electric detonators. Electronic detonators have a built-in electronic circuit to fire the detonator. The integrated circuit chip and an internal capacitor system controls the detonator initiation time, which enhances the timing accuracy and safety. To initiate electronic detonator, we require an e-exploder. Normal exploder is not workable. It is specially designed by manufacturer for their products. Same, again what I said, it is a capacitor is there, delay module is there. Basic thing is the capacitor and the chip. Here we can see the chip, capacitor, why this is introduced in India, forced in India. In Europe, they are using this from last 20-25 years. What Home Ministry thought, the most vulnerable part is the detonator, not explosives. Explosives can't be initiated without detonator. And electric detonator is the most vulnerable part. Now with electronic, what happens with this electronic circuit, it has to be exploded with the e-exploder, and everybody gets a password. So the blaster knows the password. He can change the password. And without him, nobody, if it goes to wrong hand also, nobody can misuse the detonator anywhere. So that is the basic safety of the detonator. And Home Ministry was very consistent that this should be phased out. And they have done it. But only wrong thing what they have done is they have stopped the manufacturing from the 30th June and stopped the use also from 30th June. Now, as per the Department of Explosives, there are 3.41 crores detonators lying in different magazines in India. This is again another very risky part. It has to be destroyed, they say. But the department does not have the enough manpower to go and destroy that. So they could have done in a very better manner, that they should have given another 3 months, 4 months times to consume that material. But it's a good move by the government. I didn't got you.
Impact explosion, suppose it's like initially.
I'll say this electronic detonator will get initiated by lightning also. Lightning is a very strong. But what I can say, how, as a human, how safe we are, that way electronic detonator is safe. But lightning can initiate this one. But it is with the capacity. See, I'll tell you what happens. There is a capacitor. A normal exploder gives 12 volt current. Here, the capacitor controls the current also and the voltage also. So, capacitor converts that current and discharges that current to the chip, and then chip is reads that decoded, and then it is ignited. So it is a electronic process. In this, what happens, the system, when we connect all the electronic detonators and with that e-exploder, the system even tells if there is a damaged detonator. We can, because that e-exploder reads every detonator. Even the serial number of the detonator can be, we can see on the screen of the exploder. These are safety features built into design for electronic inside the detonator and control equipment. Typically, what we are saying, there are spark gap input register and application specific integrated circuit. Normally, we call it chip. Spark gap, what it controls the voltage, input registers controls the current, and chip decodes the signals. advantages, it's more safe during the operation time, more secure. More secure means it cannot be blasted without any smart key, without the password. More precise. Now precise means what? Today we are using the shock tube, which is factory manufactured delay system. What happens if factory manufactures, suppose 400 milliseconds down the hole and surface is 25 milliseconds or 42 or 17 milliseconds, whatever it may be, there is a chances of some variation. We call it scattering. 400 can become 360 or 400 milliseconds can become 440 sometimes. And in big mines like Coal India, where the 300 holes, 400 holes are blasted, and this scattering surely affects the, if there is a scattering, we don't know. Even nobody can identify those scattering, then it may affect the blast results. In electronic, it is very precise, and after loading, after charging also, you can change the delay with a tagger. We have to buy a tagger for that. With a tagger, 400 we can make it 398 also, 402 also. Very precise. That what I say, programmable detonators, a bigger blast capacity, remote firing, wireless firing. Now, after some time, it may come that nowadays we have to make all the documents online with the PESO, RE12, pass for use. Even the system the department is working on that. The blaster who makes that, he will receive a OTP. That OTP has to be given to the e-explorer. Then only it will blast. So without that OTP, it will not blast. Or secondly, it will be, they are saying that they will allow you to use within your mining lease only, not outside the mining lease. If you take that detonator outside your mining lease, it may not work. मोबाइल लेकर नहीं जाना चाहिए. OTP सिस्टम में ऑफिस में आएगा आपको सर, ऑफिस में आएगा. हाँ ना, ऑफिस में आएगा. नहीं, इवन आप ऑफिस में बैठ के भी इनिशिएट कर सकते हैं. आजकल वायरलेस है, आजकल लैपटॉप में बैठ के भी आप इनिशिएट करेंगे. उसमें ब्लास्टिंग शेल्टर के जाने की ज़रूरत भी नहीं है. आप ऑफिस में बैठ के स्क्रीन में कैमरा में ब्लास्ट भी देख सकते हैं. हाँ, yeah. That is going to be next 2-3 years. We'll have a very wide this one. Yeah.
Now this demolitions on buildings and all they are doing on the same.
Yeah, they are doing that. Very precise it is. Then complete testability. जैसे whether 300, 400 holes are charged, and what happens, not only factory error, but while manual error, while charging also, because of some stemming or because of thing, shock tube gets cut and it is not misfires. So in this, there is no chance. You can detect it prior to the blast. Management of misfires. There is two-way communication between the detonator and the e-exploder. A blaster-friendly system. And predictability of blast. We know how the blast can be. So thank you. Any questions you want to ask on this? Yeah.
How do you compare the cost of electric detonators?
Yeah. So the electric detonator is initially 5 years back, 6 years back, it was around 7 rupees, 8 rupees. Electric, instantaneous. Delay was something around 12 rupees, 13 rupees. But since the government was phasing out the detonator, they told the factory people, license, production, they reduced their license capacities. Suppose we had 100 million 5 years back. Every year they reduced by 10%. What happened? Supply-demand gap. Cost increased. And even the factories who invested the money in machinery for electric detonator, they wanted to recover the cost also, machine cost. So cost went up to 40-45 rupees till June. Now the cost of electronic detonator is 230-240. 230-240. So Goa, what happens? Goa, we of course bench height is 5 meters, 7 meters. So or even nowadays quarries which are using quarries they used to use electric detonator or instance. Now they can't afford to use this 230 rupees or 240 rupees detonator in each hole. The explosives what we are using is 2 cartridges which will cost only 40 rupees. 4 आने का मुर्गे 12 आने कैसे pocket में yeah. So they can't afford. So I have converted all the quarries now to the shock tubes. Now shock tube, they are using the shock tubes. Even the 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet. In fact, I was trying to convince them from last 1 year, but mindset was not changing. I was telling them every shock tube is having delay. You can design the blast. Quarry also a lot of sound comes, so you can reduce the sound, you can reduce the vibration, you can reduce the fly rocks with these shock tubes. But they were very with that old mindset. I want only electric or instant delay only, short delay only, or long delay only. But now there is no option for them. Now they have converted it because they can't afford to use electronic 230, 40 rupees per hole. So shock tubes they are using. Shock tube is suppose in the 4 feet hole. If they buy 3 meter or shock tube, it will cost something around same 45 rupees. No, ordinary also you can do or electronic. Now suppose somebody is in quarry, somebody is blasting suppose 40, 50, 60 holes, example. So only one electric detonator he has to use. So one electric detonator he can afford.
Purpose is defeated of this electronic detonator. You can't get delay, noise, pollution. The blast will not be proper.
Where?
If you use this one, detonating fuse.
Not detonating fuse, I am not saying detonating, shock tubes. Shock tubes are having with delay, no? Shock tubes are having with delay. Electric. But in coal India, in a bigger mines, where the whole depth is 50 meters, 60 meters, dragline benches, where side casting is very important subject, side casting of the material, explosives used to side cast the material in the cold area, there they are using the electronic detonator because in 50 meters if they use the shock tube, the cost of the shock tube is more. Electronic detonator cost comes down. It's only the cost will increase from not 230 exactly, some lead wire extra. That is very nominal. Exactly. And it is more precise. So this coal India, they are using many places.
Now the same manufacturers who are manufacturing electric detonators, they are manufacturing electronic now?
Yes, some of them. Some of them. New people are also coming. Yeah, as on date, only 9 companies are manufacturing electronic detonator in India. Another 3 are in line. By December they will start.
Well, what are the demerits of this detonator, electronic detonator?
Nothing.
Saving
Nothing. The cost wise now it is, I said 230, 240, but if everybody start using, the cost may come down. It is not that this cost will remain this one. It will surely it will come down. Huh?
The R&D must have been loaded on that.
Exactly, R&D. And it's a technology basically.
Also, these now blasters will have need of training for using the electronic detonators and electronic exploder.
What happens?
Blasters.
Huh?
They will need training, no?
Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah.
Very simple.
No, simple, but it requires little training. And it is very safe. Very safe. And after the charge also, once you charge a detonator, you can discharge also. And if there is any some wrong in the connection, the electronic detonator will not blast. It will not blast. Very safe. As I said, how humans we are safe, like that only the electronic detonators are safe.
But it has to be tested first,
Not required. Not required. Once you connect it, it gets automatically tested. Because that e-exploder will read the detonator. Yeah, and if why I am saying it is more secure, if it goes to wrong hand somewhere, it can be traceable very easily. And we can find out from where it has come, from which magazine it has come, from which person it has come.
Sir, what is the communication between the exploder and this one? What kind of communication?
Wire, through wire.
Without, when it is without wire?
Without wire, okay, which one? No, it has to come. It has not come still. It is likely to come. Wireless system.
And the process of dealing with misfires is same like electric detonators?
Normally, misfires may not happen in this. Because before the blast, detonator, the e-exploder will read. If suppose if you have 200 detonators, So out of that, suppose one detonator is defective, it will not read that detonator. So you can identify and you can locate that hole. So you can tackle that hole before the blast.
So this is internationally proven.
Yes. Yeah. We are no, not behind the technology. We are implemented now. In India, we are using this from last 10 years. But now it has become, why the people are going electronic? Because government has stopped the electric detonators. So forcefully they have to use the electronic detonator. National safety. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Yeah.
With new regularity circular eliminating the electric detonators.
Yeah, one second. Sir, हमारे साथ हैं. I was speaking to the committee also. And sir, committee is planning to have one small workshop or seminar taking these quarry people. Now we have some 25-30 quarries in Goa. I am the only supplier. Yes, sir.
इसी के बारे में हम बात करना था, वही लास्ट में बात करने के लिए सोच रहा था. ये इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डेटोनेटर nowadays it is a compulsory for all the quarry. लेकिन वो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डेटोनेटर कैसा यूज़ करना है उसके लिए तो ट्रेनिंग तो ज़रूरत है. इसीलिए हम कोई भी क्वारी का ओनर हमारे पास आ गए तो कोई भी कुछ परमिशन के लिए हम बता रहे उन लोग को, पॉलीमैग का तरफ से फ्यूचर में एक वर्कशॉप नहीं तो सेमिनार हो जाएगा उसका बारे में. आप लोग सब लोग का उसका सहयोग रहना है, उसके पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए हम बता रहे हैं ऑलरेडी. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डेटोनेटर यूज़ करने के पहले ट्रेनिंग होना है, लेकिन खदान का तरफ से एसओपी भी बनाना बहुत ज़रूरत है कैसा यूज़ करना. क्यों तो ये नया चीज़ है, वो पहले ओनर वगैरह यूज़ नहीं कर रहा था, क्यों तो कास्ट के हिसाब से. अभी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कंपलसरी कर दिया, लेकिन अभी दूसरा रास्ता नहीं है. इसलिए मैं पॉलीमैग को भी रिक्वेस्ट करेगा आगे का दिन में एक वर्कशॉप नहीं तो सेमिनार आप अरेंज करिए. आप लोग के साथ हम हैं, वो ओनर को भी हम आपके साथ रहने के लिए हम कोशिश करेंगे 100%.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
With the new regulatory circular of eliminating electric detonators, this topic was not only technical but also timely. Hope everybody have gained some knowledge, more knowledge, as knowledge is the power that never runs out. Mahesh, your readiness to guide and assist fellow members reflect the true spirit of POLYMAAG. I request our Secretary Mayur to present a memento to Mahesh as a gesture of our respect and thanks. Mahesh. I escaped one memento, so I request Sneha Sodankar to please accept our memento. Mayur, memento to Sneha. Due to time limit, we are skipping our fifth presentation. We will try to show this presentation to all through Zoom. Tea never knew it would taste so nice and sweet before it met milk and sugar. We are good individuals but become better when we meet and blend with right people. So stay connected. We are the pillars of Goan mining industry, which is one of the biggest revenue earners to the state. Let us work sustainably. Thank you. Very big thanks to all. On behalf of POLYMAAG, I extend heartfelt thanks to all the participants, presenters, and audience. I declare the end of second session here and invite everyone to join us for the lunch. And request POLYMAAG members to return here after lunch for the AGM. I request our committee members to assist our guests in making way to the dining area. Thank you all.